at this point and come back, or if you want to flesh out a bit more, it's up to you. I don't mind.
I'll flesh it out a little bit.
Okay. All right, I gotta go get the infantry in.
Yeah, yep.
User left your channel.
Get the infantry in.
I have problems with how he's organized flight area. This.
Peach, this is the moldy pillow.
Like, I'm not a fan of the Merlin, but what he's done for that aircraft is an absolute disgrace.
What do you mean? What he's done for it?
No, he's put it in between two hangars. You can't even spool it up.
Oh.
Can anyone remember what the crate
Like,
is called?
I'm like Gibbons. I'm actually in favor of the Merlin this time because the way he's set up is dumb. So yeah.
You can dispose of the moldy pillow if you wish, Gibbons.
Where is that made?
The moldy pillow.
Oh, where'd it go? Oh, you picked it up. Whoa. Ooh, look, Spectre.
Wait, what's this? Gibbons. He hasn't even put the Mert ambulances.
Oof, true that.
They're just Land Rovers. Oh, this guy.
Wait, isn't the medical one only in Woodland though?
No,
Or
it's
is
in
it?
it's in actually. I'm gonna have to check that. But if it is,
Yeah,
I can.
there
It's a quick
might-
fix.
It might only be
It's
a
not
Woodland.
Pelly. It doesn't
It's a
have
quick- It's a quick fix then.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. If you
Mr.
could do
Pelly,
that for me at some point, but
Mr. Pelly, 3 IC of Remy coming to the rescue.
I shall get onto that.
Ooh, who's got the jackal?
that'll be the lead element.
Ah, more IED proof, huh? Ooh, look, flight of a snatch.
And what we in?
We'll be in the HQ one, which will...
What, that fucking everything?
Yeah, you're in the Land Rover.
Probably.
I guess the snatch camo one.
To set my radios.
Do you remember what the dick tablets come in? Resupply box.
I got mine out of the moldy pillow, so...
Ah.
The moldy just want it.
User joined your channel.
What's this?
There we go. Does anyone else need?
You're still not spawning with it.
No, I don't spawn with one. Don't spawn with the GPS either. The micro dagger.
Okay, I need to check your script then.
Spittle.
Yeah, so you delete this because the Samsung Galaxy and the dagger. Actually, the daggers are in the boards, by the way. Yes. Okay.
I'm gonna reorganize how you've set up the entire
Did you
flight
get- did you
area,
already
and then
get
you can
mine?
take a
Yeah, I know,
screenshot
Yeah,
and
I've
fix.
got mine already.
I know. I said this to Ancona. I said I've basically parked
I'll have to
everything
send my
around
load
that
up
was
to
on
Spittle,
Saber,
sorry.
but obviously Saber has a lot
Oh,
more
I did that
parking
before,
space,
and-
so
User
move it
joined
around
your
as you see
channel.
fit, basically. Also,
Things are still fucky.
Oh, it's kind of cool being back here.
What?
Like the backpacks though. You've got like a built up one.
you
I've got
see it
one,
from
like-
here. Okay. Basically, there's 2 more Chinooks parked around the far end hangar. Also, one of these Hercules has a misdrop script on it, by the way. So you can delete that if we're not going to use it, obviously, for the night. Ooh. But it's there in case we need it now.
User joined your
Oh,
channel.
jeez.
Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously, yeah, I've just parked things where there was space.
I'm deleting a lot of things and hangars as well, because I'm pretty sure some hangars don't exist.
Probably carry more.
No, they were. They
More
did
smoke
exist on
grenades
template,
as
but
a,
that kind of
as a
removed
standard,
them from
right?
campaign.
Like,
In template.
no,
So
actually.
down there, there's a lot less hangars.
I've got 4
but in
white,
template's
6 blue,
more.
and 2 green.
I've got 2 white and 6 blue, and 2 purple because
User
purple's
left
cool.
your channel.
Ooh, wait, where's my... Where are the ammo boxes?
They're on the wall over there,
Oh, okay.
like around the other side. Right. Not
Now
great
it's-
green mag stuff, I doubt.
User joined your channel.
And rigs.
Ja.
Alright. Let me fill you in on what's happening tonight.
Okay.
So,
I'll fill you in.
oh jeez. Anyways,
User joined
so
your
Ankona's
channel.
not going to be joining us tonight. Guys, he may join us later. I'm not sure. Moment he's not joining us. The
User joined
plan
your channel.
is at the moment to train Coca, and for you is basically to refine what you
User
don't
left
feel
user
comfortable
joined your
in.
I do
channel.
like the Land Rovers as opposed to the Jackals and
So,
stuff.
with
They're
oh yeah,
cooler.
he's distracted. So yeah, with
Yeah,
that
of course,
said,
of course, yes.
what do you not?
He doesn't know about the coin maps,
Thing where
Oh dear.
opens the door.
but probably.
Well, yeah, but if you're getting shot at,
You gonna tell him or me?
generally don't want to
Could you
be
just put it in the
inside
WhatsApp
limit.
or just PM him? I
I
don't know.
I
Whichever.
can very quickly join his channel, and then he knows
Yeah.
right away.
And then
Hello,
if
good
you're
staff,
an
how are
RPG
you?
and you die anyway.
User left
So-
your channel.
Well, if they can hit you accurate, the thing is, an RPG is not accurate. It's not a tracking.
Well, you know what I mean. They hit you with 80 and you die anyway.
Yeah, but I mean, with that, it'll be a lot worse. Also, there's not a IED protection.
Well, yeah, that's why you
That's
use them,
Gibbons. I can't remember the
Wait.
Zeus
use them symmetrically.
9.9, isn't it?
I mean,
User
with the
joined your channel.
What's
Something like
Zeus channel? Is it
That
30?
is 3.3.
Hello?
Hello.
But
Hello?
we're getting ready for a symmetrical load, aren't we? So, makes sense.
Hi. You were
Oh, yeah,
saying.
That's as signal as you can get it.
What do you feel that you're not comfortable in yet?
Big
Or need
whenever I
practice
go
on?
sometimes blue lights on top of that Land
What I
Rover.
need practice on, I believe, it's just
Yeah, it's weird.
seems like 5 lines and 8 lines we haven't done much.
Also, that's as-
But then
that's
again,
as signal as it's putting
feels
all
like they
the
get
radio.
skipped anyway.
No, I just made.
Yep,
Perry,
from time to time they
okay.
do. As long as you're able to just, write it down, it's good enough.
See, look, there's a radio in between the two seats.
Yeah, because in what do I not feel comfortable with? I just think it's a lot of exercise.
did
I
you
think
hear
I
that
could
or
do
not?
with some extra
Yeah,
Apache training.
I heard a beep. I don't know. Was that your beep?
Perry radio check.
We
I did hear
shall
that. Yes.
check that
Thank you.
momentarily then. But it depends also tonight. Because
No, they
I'll
can-
have to monitor Coca for it. And also,
They're at antenna.
I might as well also start your instructor training at the same time and have you go through observing the teachings of Coca and also doing a bit of like
User joined your channel.
interactivity.
Something just tapped me out.
That should probably work
Okay,
out.
yeah, sure.
Tap into my game anyway.
And that
That
means
regard, is it okay if I grab some coffee still, as he's
Oh, yeah.
still joining?
we got plenty of time. We got time tonight.
Okay, back in a bit.
Can we customize it? Can we get some like?
You can open the bonnet.
Oh yeah, the superior way to drive it.
That's
With
as,
hard mode.
that's as much as you can get, Peach.
I mean, if you cut like bits of the bonnet out, you go, the scale of my G is literally knows no bounds.
If we start
User
getting
joined your
shot at,
channel.
we'll just raise the bonnet. Yeah.
You mean the blast shield?
McFly,
Close the blast doors. Close the blast.
you have to be stopped to be able to raise the bonnet.
Open the blast.
Ah well, it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
Oh, it's got a
User joined
sunshade.
your channel.
Fucking extra protection.
I'm sure the sunshine
Look at it.
is bulletproof.
We've got a blast shield and a sunshade. We got double
God,
bond.
ISIS
double...
won't know what
User
hit him.
joined your channel.
Yeah.
I
It
don't know what to
worries
tell
me
you.
how excited you are about the standard Land Rover that I've had and you've been using for ages.
Yeah, but you've not been using the blast shield.
I mean, no, I don't put the sun shield down because it doesn't do
User
anything.
joined your channel.
How would you know if
User
you never
joined
put
your
it
channel.
down?
I have put it down.
Yeah.
You don't
But I
do
bet
that.
you never died whenever you had it down. Checkmate. Checkmate.
Gibbons, would you propose an experiment where we just basically shoot it through the bonnet and the sunshade and see if it hits his head?
No, that's
I mean, I
that's
would
cheating.
absolutely if the infantry weren't loading it.
That's cheating.
But I also,
User joined
Pelly,
your
You
channel.
gotta believe.
I'm
Can we
starting to
have a
think
bit
that
of
we need to get a straight jacket
Valens
mod
or
for
something?
Peaches.
Ah, yes.
Valon.
Cola flavored. They won't find a straight jacket mod. That's what that implies.
Point. On. Ooh.
Oh, oh. My frames. What's happening?
People are joining.
The government is stealing my frames again.
Take it. I mean, take them with you. They're yours.
I love the lovely named Big Mosque. You know, I feel like there's a lot of historical significance behind that very holy building.
The big.
Where's the big
The,
mosque?
the Big Mosque. Well, it's quite prominent.
Big.
Yeah, no man. I'm gonna go down to the big mosque.
039072. Big Mosque.
Oh, it is.
Mm-hmm. Literally just called Big Moss.
Yeah.
Big brain time. Great brain. Oh. What did you put in my bag? What are you doing to me?
User joined your channel.
Don't touch me.
You gave me the wrong micro dagger. I need the micro dagger GPS. Which I
I
already
don't
have.
mind like a GPS.
No,
Why?
this
Hmm?
one. This one.
You have sleeping bag and
It's
tent
called a
on your
micro dagger
backpack?
GPS. No,
Tent?
it's called a micro dagger.
Yeah, isn't that thing back? Or is it just a little pillow?
You
I'm
stole
gonna
it.
assume it was like a rolling mat or something. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get another one.
Bag on.
Ah,
Come back in
you're
and
ready
I can-
for
User joined your channel.
in-op
Yeah. Got my
hideout.
SOFLAM. Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm prepared. I'm prepared.
The only problem is the UK government hasn't issued you standard, remote SOFLAMs where you can just put it on like a tripod.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'll give
When
him
are
the
we getting
tripod.
tripods still?
I mean, I gave him one.
User
in fact.
joined
He
your
denied
channel.
my mod, that bastard.
Mm-hmm.
What tripods? Are there tripods?
There was a SOFLAM on a tripod, a mod, and I asked for it, and still denied it.
I would like that. That would be nice.
Wow, see, Head of Signals wants it, bring it back.
User joined your channel.
I don't know if we'd ever use it like, but I want it.
I
Flight
would.
gets Flight gets their things. We should
Wait,
get
what,
ours.
what have we
User
gotten
joined your
recently?
channel.
I don't know. But you've got a lot of stuff, and I want a lot of stuff.
Half the mod pack just becomes like Signals fucking related.
I want our special map mod to make everyone else's life more difficult for my
User
realism,
joined your channel.
and I want the standing SOFLAM.
I'm okay with this.
Exactly.
The realism behind it was that any picture I saw of people using a SOFLAM, it was always on a tripod. They never held it in their hand. I was like, realism.
It would be helpful, to be fair, because most of the time I'm waving the laser around like a fucking psycho. So, but that's slight hyperbole. But though I hate saying that word like hyperbole, I prefer to use the term hyperbole. I think it just sounds cooler,
I'm back.
and it's spelled exactly the same way. So
Hmm?
Okay. Hello, Hendrix.
How are you?
Has my pilot joined yet? No.
The water.
What are you guys up to today then, Flight?
Training a new pilot.
Ah,
5 lines could be used.
true. Or you could do, because we're doing convoys, Afghans circle around us, give us
Yeah.
protection.
Nope, that's not happening this one. It's
Oh.
happening next Sunday.
Ah,
I'm sure Coco
That would
will
be
fine
very cool.
flying anyway.
Yeah, you could put Coker in the co-pilot seat, and one of you flies, the other one guns.
Stand still, buddy.
No, we have to train
Turn
him
around,
and we have
otherwise
limited
they're gonna take
time.
you prisoner.
I heard
There you go.
McFly's dream job was being a door gunner.
Yeah, I never really got to do it,
Well, now he's a ground gunner,
Yeah, true.
like his dream job. I just want that. I want a tow.
Well, you got
What-
to join
what?
FSG then.
Really? They already
User
get
joined your
fucking
channel.
javelins. Why do they need a tow? Literally.
I mean, fire support group wasn't clear enough for you.
Ah, is this how it works? So
Have you got?
one
Fire und das
section
tut
gets a
sonst
50 cal
Gruppe.
and a GPMG, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
Why not just
What-
give
what-
everyone
what you
50
should do-
cals?
See,
Well,
Peach,
that's
here's
what
the big
Lewison
brain.
wants to do.
Okay,
Peach, here's
fair
the
enough.
big brain move that you have to do. You have to change it from the 6th Signal Regiment to the 6th Fire Supported Signals.
There you go. You know, why don't we just go the whole way, the 6th SAS, and then we can take what we want? We can put on balaclavas and pretend
This man's got
use
big
fake
plans.
names.
Big plans for signals, isn't it?
It's like, my name is Corporal John, and this is my compatriot Corporal Greg. And we're not allowed to talk about anything in our past.
User
Please
joined
don't
your
ask.
channel.
Mm-hmm. It would make AAR writing a breeze because he
Exactly,
could
it's just
just black out all the
classified.
shit.
Just do black lights everywhere.
Yeah.
Redacted.
Yeah, redacted. Just put
The only thing
redacted.
that's
Just,
left is he lollipop.
just send them an
Flavor.
encrypted file. And say, there you go.
Peach, I can challenge you.
Yeah.
You had a cigar and a lollipop in your mouth, right?
Mm-hmm.
I managed to get 6 lollipops in at the restaurant last week.
I
Or
can
last
Six
Friday.
in your mouth
Yeah.
at once.
Yeah. They gave
Fucking-
lollipops at the end and like mints, and
Were
everyone
you
wanted
showing
the
your
mints,
missus
so
how
I
it was
took all
done?
the.
Wait, McFly,
Yeah.
What?
when you lit that cigarette, you did like a full animation.
Yeah, it's really cool, isn't it?
Okay.
That's why I asked Spittle to update the mod. So we get
Yeah.
lots of shit.
Oh, you guys need to
The
stop
emergency.
updating mods because they're
Oh
cool.
right, what actually came in it though?
An animation.
Animation.
Ah,
Imagine the 6th, but only like mods that are actually relevant for us. How
Hello,
smooth
Jojo,
everything
I
will
don't
run.
want to imagine
I
that,
mean,
that
when you mean
hellhole.
relevant, I smoke sometimes, so this is kind of relevant.
Yeah,
sure.
same. Whenever I'm really drunk.
And I'm sure Peach sucks on lollipop sometimes, so that's relevant.
I've not actually had a lollipop for a very long time.
I've
but I
not
like
had a
the
lollipop
idea.
for years.
Yeah, it's 7 last Friday.
Yeah, I got that. See,
Right,
you should be sucking on lollipops, Em.
Do you want to
Oh,
join
wait, actually,
signals?
McFly, I just realized if SAS have everything
putting
redacted
together-
so it's
putting-
classified,
I'm putting
Mhm.
together
if
a
I put
team.
Tempest mod into our RAF stuff, could I just redact everything from my AR because it's also classified?
Maybe.
hello, Chacho. One.
Big
Wow.
brain time.
Any
Big
element
brain.
not ready? Over.
I'm gonna redact everything from ARs.
Where's the fucking cigarette lighter? I
Literally.
don't want to press the T key because it'll.
Coker's in it, bruv.
Where is he?
I don't at spawn.
Lighter.
I imagine. You want me to get
I
it?
can, I
Yes,
can light
please.
your own cigarette, you know?
Wait, what? You able to light other people's?
Yeah, I think you can ace and track and light their cigarettes.
Oh, that's pretty poggers. We'll do that from
Actually,
now on.
well, hang on, let me... So if
I don't
put
want to
it
be a
out-
fire hazard, so
I mean, you're always a fire hazard.
Right, can you light my,
I know.
my cigar?
I'm hazardous firing. What?
Wait, have I got a cigar? Should be, yeah. Right, it should be put out, so you should be
Is
able
it
to light it.
I can't do it there.
Oh my god, he's a saber tooth.
Head. I can't do
It's gonna be disgusting, Pete.
it's.
like
They're both
pink.
nicotine flavored, so it's all good.
Wait, hold on. Are you telling me the nicotine flavor is tonight?
No, I had cola. It's fine.
Do you like my cigar?
That was cherry. I do. I can't seem to light
Okay.
yours up.
Peach,
McFly.
I need the
Yeah,
official
that's-
flavor for tonight. What is the official flavor?
The official flavor. Raspberry.
Ooh, that's good.
It is a good one.
Could you pass
He's got
me?
matches. In fact, we shouldn't use.
quite
We
short
should use a
today.
lighter for cigar.
For tonight, so it's gonna be good.
But-
tonight.
You want to use matches?
We should use matches. They're
Yeah.
like that's the proper way to light
You're one of
cigars.
those purists. huh?
Well, I mean, you don't want your cigar
McFly, pass me
the
a
taste
lighter.
of gas.
Oh shit, yeah, here we go. Alright, come on, I'm hoping. Alright, how the fuck do I do it then, huh?
Interact on him. No.
It is possible, because I've seen
Head,
Lewis.
head.
Head, is it? Oh yeah, there you go. Oh shit.
Oh, thank you very much.
Oh, okay, just as like his animation, but you still did it, so yeah.
I mean,
I'm almost one IC.
did he take
again.
it? No.
I'm back to the old ways again.
Yeah, I'm a bunch of chain smokers.
Can we get a vape pen mod? We can vape.
But apparently there's an immersion SIGs mod for the Vietnam pack, which I believe is a load of like hallucinogenic shit.
Ooh. We could just get high and call in airstrikes.
For my Lord Pelly, I've brought you your scum.
Hey, Coca.
Oh damn.
Well,
Bronk.
We on Tatooine.
all right. I mean, we could start training, but the infantry haven't started yet, and it would
You
be
sent me
really
even out.
weird.
What the hell?
What do you want to say?
We'll wait till the infantry start, and then afterwards we'll start, and then we'll still finish before they even set off.
Wait for the plebs.
Oh yeah, and I've started smoking again because, well, I'm almost one IC again.
Bad habit.
No, I was doing this before when I was one IC in the past, and now I have to do it again. I don't know why they're using a jackal though.
I have no idea.
Like, what?
That's fucking new, isn't it?
Wait, wait.
They dog.
Wait,
No,
but
'cause
the,
a
but the,
wanker.
no, but the jackal. Why is the jackal there?
You suck
Because
your
they
mum's
kept
dick.
their
They kept.
Scouting
16th
vehicle.
AA still use the Jackal as their scout vehicle because it's
Oh,
fast.
Ah, okay.
Cool.
Yeah, no, Pathfinders, yeah, they only use jackals mainly.
Yeah, anyways, we're moving to full Land Rovers. All right. Let me quickly get my documents out.
I'll grab the
Otherwise-
Land Rover.
It's actually hilarious watching Pathfinders drive down. I watched them drive down the M26 in the middle of winter. It was fucking just pissing down with rain. They're doing about 70 miles per hour in jackals.
Well, actually, I will be alright back in 1 second. But before I go, Hendrix,
Yeah.
we can do the training from here for a bit.
Oh.
At least initial bit.
Mitchell's being sending me messages.
Which Mitchell?
You know, Mitchell.
Oh,
Nah,
Mitchell. Okay. Alright, so,
not big fan. Mitchell.
Hendrix, if you could do me a favor, I gonna go AFK for a few seconds. If you could run Coca through our comms, our gear. Actually, do you need one of the arsenal boards to do this?
That'd be nice because I don't believe everything is in it, bruv.
Alright, let's head. Wait, not everything's in there.
I
Okay,
don't believe so. I'm not too sure, but we can try, and you can always give me Zeus.
I'll
if
give you a
want, and I
full.
can
I'll give you a
sponsor
full
them to know.
arsenal.
Okay.
Actually.
Single short range you've set to 95.8. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the short range net we use for just communicating on the ground, and also the net we currently use when we're on an airfield, and we want to communicate with the airfield. That would be, for example, if you're taking off or landing in an airfield as well.
Yeah.
You're coming in. That can only be heard in short range, so that's why we use short range in that regard. But when there's a lot of stuff going about, don't chatter too much just on the net. But that'll be clear by itself. Yeah, so that's the short range net. That's the only one we have right now, only one we use.
Yeah.
At least you and me. Don't know about Pelly and Nico now. But so that's clear. Then long range, we have 2 nets and 1 additional, which will come later, which we communicate on at all times. And the first one is 44.5, and the second one is 30. And 44.5 is the net we use to communicate air to ground on long range. Yeah?
Yeah.
30 is the net we use to communicate air to air. So guess what? Who would we be speaking to on air to ground? What do you think?
Probably Peach or McFly.
Exactly. We'll be talking to the signalers, but also in case we're going down, or like we're RTB and we want to let the guys in the AO know that we're no longer there, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we have 30, it's air to air net. That's just if you want to communicate over air, or I believe. Yeah, there's not much we've done on that net yet.
Yeah.
It's easy when you're in, like you fly and you want to communicate to an Apache near the AO, and you're like a Typhoon, for example.
Yeah.
That's all I've known it to be used for. That's basically our nets right now. And so 44.5 and 30, you just have to make sure that's primary and additional on your long range. So in case there's a lot of chatter on the 44.5, a signaler might ask you to switch to 44.6. And that would be a secondary air-to-ground net.
Yeah.
So imagine Peach is communicating with everyone around the AO. We're on like a holding stack. Get to that later in the future training. And he'll just say, okay, Titan 1-1, have a fire mission for you, switch to 44.6. And then until your fire mission is complete, or the signal tells you on 44.6, then you go back on 44.5. Yeah?
Yep.
All clear on the radio
User
nets?
left your channel. User joined your channel.
Yep, all current radio nets.
Quickly summarize it for me.
95.8 is our short range. That's mainly used for takeoff and landing, communicating when we're near airfield. Primary 44.5 is comms to air to ground, with an additional channel of 44.6 if there is a lot of ground chatter. And alternatively, we have 30, which is comms for air to air.
Yep, sounds good. 1 second. Als je de drinken pakt, wil je mij dan ook. Okay. Okay, so that's our main nets, yeah?
Yep.
And make sure you set them up already if there's needed later on. I always have my 4.5 as that's the most important one on my primary long range, so you can just control caps lock to speak. Like the other one is probably a bit more difficult to use, but that's just a hint I can give you. However you want to do it. So let me know when that's set.
So basically, provided that the road is actually large enough, but you can at least
Frequency. Yep.
it's basically you want to stagger yourselves a bit. So any time D6 formation is called, essentially it would be kind of.
Oh, you're right now. Also, you're in the slot of jammer.
You start rubber banding forward.
So just pick extra, or I believe there's one more. But right now you're in jammer slot.
Okay, that's all right.
That's for the next time, yeah. So your radio set.
Basically,
Yep.
hard to deal with a cat.
Perfect. So that's radios. Let's go over gear. Is this a full arsenal box?
No, it is not.
So that is
No, it's not.
For gear, I will. 1 second, let me just quickly check something.
So
a convoy.
two different loadouts.
About 50 meters. No.
The L22A2. It just shoots the normal 5.56 ammo which you used when you were in the infantry, and also use the LDS sight. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you spawn in with. Normally, we don't really need much more. I think for the misdrop, I actually put on a laser. I think we all did, so we can point to each other, but we ended up not needing it. So, secondary, we have the L131A1. I think
Yep.
that's the same as in infantry. It's just a normal
Yep.
Glock.
General service pistol, yeah.
So that's just the same one, 9mm, 70 round mags, and that's that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, before I get into the rest of the loadout, normally I pick a SOFLAM as well whenever you can, like when you can, but that's not mandatory or anything. Okay. When it comes to gear, right now you have all the gear that you would use in a heli outfit, which is the combat uniform MTP rolled RAF regiment. That's the uniform, and you can also get it unrolled, but this is way cooler. It's up to you. So with that, we have the pilot vest MTP BAF as our vest. And the whatever that backpack name is, I'm not going to pronounce it all.
The ITP 1523G. With the VHF, UHF antenna, yeah.
Exactly. So that's our gear, and with that, you should have 5 bandages of each.
Yep.
And that's what I was told, and that's what's still in the loadout. Also with some steroid gauges or gauges or whatever they're called.
Of course.
Pick 4 tourniquets. I always spawn with 3, which I find very annoying. I keep forgetting it sometime, but it's better just to be able to tourniquet all your limbs.
Yeah.
There's 2 morphines, 2 appies. I'm not even sure if we can actually use it ourselves, because I
Yeah, we
believe
can.
infantry can. Oh, we can't. We can still. Okay. And we seem to spawn in with cable ties as well, but that's not too relevant. But you do spawn in with a DK10 tablet.
Yeah.
So you don't need to put that in your GPS slot like the other tablet, but that's always in there. And if you press H for me, you see that's the updated tablet. Yeah?
Yeah.
You know how to use this?
Never used it. I
You
do
never
know how to
used it.
use the old.
Okay, so
I do know how to-
quickly,
We'll
in
go
the
over
base-
the we'll go over the tablet later on. Just make sure he has the right equipment.
Yeah. I've had these before.
Yeah, so that's everything I have on in my combat uniform. And then when it comes to the pilot vest, that's where you have some ammo. Yeah? The 5.56 and the 9mm ammo. I always have an IR grenade, but I don't think they're too relevant, are they? Oh yeah, maybe to put on your shoulder when you're down and they need to find you at night.
Okay. Quick
yeah,
side
sure.
note: big rule about our 5.56 ammo. We try whenever we can to grab non-tracer ammo. Anyone want to guess why?
But the enemy can't see us. See where we're
Exactly.
shooting from.
Exactly. It's a self-defense weapon for us, not really to attack an enemy. And in case we do have to use it, it's best to not know exactly where the bullets are coming from, at least the sound.
Yeah.
In case you get downed.
Okay, that's a good point. I didn't even know that. So the chem lights, you have 2 greens, 2 blues, 2 reds when you need to use it on the ground.
Yeah.
And you have 2 red, 2 green, and 2 blue smokes as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the premium item that's in my backpack?
Yeah, I
That-
have no idea.
That is something that was probably removed in an ARMA update, but Spill doesn't know what it is that he put in our loadouts. So you can just
easily be in our loadout.
you can put it in you can put that premium item, like find an empty box and then just chuck it in there. That's good enough.
Because that would be simple to find out.
Okay, but no worries about that for now. So that's everything in your vest, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. In the case of a misdrop, feel free to grab some extra ammo as well.
Yeah.
When it comes to your backpack, you also have your night vision. I believe Pelly has a different night vision, or he picks a different night vision at least. But this is the one I use as infantry well, and the one you'll spawn in with. So
If you end up looking in the boards, there is a secondary night vision, which is the part of the Apex DLC, which is everyone says they prefer the other one, but I prefer it to be more realistic, and also there's some cases where you do need the thermal vision because the night vision gets broken sometimes. So I have the thermal vision nights just in case a night vision messes up and you can't see anything while flying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then you'll have a SATCOM antenna.
Yeah.
You have some splints and maybe some extra bandages and morphines as well.
Yeah. And then
That's
the
all in
helmet.
case you go down, you need to be able to patch yourself up. So then you have, when you're a helicopter pilot, you have the heli pilot helmet A, BAF. Yeah. So you spawn in with that on your head, and then you have the Barrett RAF in your backpack. But no, you need those two. So that is basically your normal loadout. And
Widow 67 signing off 4.5 for Confinet.
any questions on that before we go
No.
to fast jet?
Basic stuff.
So all clear then, so far?
Yep.
We'll skip fast jet because he's not going to go into fast jet this round of full
Yeah, I'm not
rotation.
going until after campaign.
Roger that. It seems
What-
clear. So that's basically all gear, and before that we had radios.
Right, lovely. Okay, so now we just have to get you acquainted with the airframes you will be operating. So you have them down by call sign names and airframe types, and just a few fun facts about it that maybe can help you when you're operating it.
Okay.
So, shall we pick a Land Rover? Hendrix, you want to drive
Yeah.
or?
Oh, yeah, sure. I just thought the Land Rover we'd already used.
Pretty much. I'll just open the front.
Okay, where you want to go?
So let's just
Practice.
we'll start off with this end where we have the helicopters just right behind us, and then we'll move our way to the other hangars. So just the helicopters just behind us. We'll start there.
That is. Oh, you mean they're all spawned right now?
Yeah, there was one at the moment.
Oh, I thought you wanted to have an area where you could spawn all versions.
Nah, we'll just go through them one by one with what's on the map. Since we'll be using this map for quite a while, so it also helps that Koka knows where the things are on
That's
this
cool.
map.
Because I like this map.
Right.
Okay.
So starting off with the first helicopter here, of course, is the Griffin Helicopter, or a variant of the United States' Venom helicopters, which is a derivative of the Huey. Currently operated in 2 versions for us. We've got the unarmed version, which is what you can see right in front of you, and then an armed version with 2 miniguns and rocket pods. The only negative side of this helicopter is that there's no safety buttons built into its ARMA code, so that's slight unfortunateness, but it is what it is. The call signs that you need to remember, and all these call signs will be in the dispatch center's description. Alright, perfect. But for just to make sure that I have gone through them, we've got this one as the Spectre call sign, and then the gun version as Afghan. Just so that you know the difference between those two. Apart from that, the helicopter seats around 8 to 10 people, depending on if it's armed or unarmed. The armed version can seat up to 10 due to the extra gunner seats as well involved in it. And yeah, that's not much else needs to be said about it. Move on to the next one, Hendrix. We've got our trusty old workhorse CH-47 Chinook. Currently our Chinook is essentially, let me get a bit more details for it. Currently we've got only 1x minigun on the left side door and a rear ramp gun, which is the L7A2 GPMG. The right side will eventually get its gun back, but there's still a few modding things I'm trying to sort out with it. Currently it seats up to 36 passengers. That's both on the seats, and they can also line up on the floor in the middle. Whenever we use the Chinook, we have to do a special armoring procedure, which we'll get to when it comes time to flying it, but it's a little requirement of checklist because it also has stretchers which can be unfolded underneath the seats. Also, this helicopter is our fastest helicopter, with 3 sling hooks for 3 bits of loading, as well as top speed being 311, but in ARMA sometimes it can end up being faster depending on the map and atmospheric data that it's given. So yeah, not much else to be said about it. We'll go into more detail when you're flying it. The next helicopter down the line. Hendrix, if you could. But pretty much...
Archers. No.
Sorry, say again?
Archer?
Yep.
Oh, you're just reading it off.
It's okay if it...
No, I'm not reading it off. I don't have it up.
Okay.
I hear Archer all the time.
Yeah,
Right, so yeah, pretty much... Yes, the Archer, because even HQ likes calling it Archer whenever it pops up, but essentially our Guardian in the Sky for the infantry, the AH-1 Apache. Not really much that needs to be said about it apart from its M230 chain gun, 30mm rounds, Hellfires, and rockets. And our variant requires 2 pilots to operate now. It could be single pilot operator in the past, but now it is a crew of 2, applicable cockpit, and essentially the most advanced aircraft we have. We might get into flying this during your training, but you will only get up to probably the pilot stage. We might see about getting in the gunner later on if we have time.
Can we take a vote on whether we can change it from Archer? Because you remember Archer.
Yes.
Does he deserve to have the Apache named after him?
At the moment, the flight docs currently have it as 2 call signs, Archer/Ugly, according to Booney in the past. But that's something that will be a debate for the future. As
I don't know what Archer is, but I'm very happy with the calls.
Archer was old Signalers.
Yeah.
Okay, I just know that the Archer series is not too much
Archer's cool, but Archer was, bit of a dick sometimes.
Yes, at the moment also Gibbons was voting for also calling it Guardian, as it's also been used, that call sign, in the Army Echo, but that's something that's more of a...
Can we change it to Suck My Cock?
No.
No.
Get over the air, Suck My Cock, motherfucker! While you're like blowing up fucking gadgets.
Oh, je bent echt de best. Sorry.
That's the best what?
No, she's the best fiance I have currently. She's just bringing me Coke and some cheese and some cucumber and a bit of sausage.
Drugs are bad, MK.
Oh, I love it.
My only question is why
Thanks,
you
Chad.
said she's the best one you've had so far. Is there more?
Yeah,
Or
no,
is
that's
not the
joke.
last one.
Right,
Drink to your fiance.
tease her a bit.
Ah,
The Black Widow.
all right. But anyways, so yeah, we'll just keep with that. For reinsert purposes, the Archer can also be used to reinsert infantry because it has 2 side-mounted seats. Essentially, you can just hang on to the sides. That's more of a absolute worst-case scenario where lone pilots and the Apaches up at the same time.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I remember Badley was once dropped on the side of this, and that was his best night ever.
Yes, that was a worst-case scenario, and yeah. Alright, so then we move on to the other hangars where we've got the rest of our transport aircraft. That is pretty much the only main attack helicopter we'll be using, even though other aircraft also have attack capabilities. Not really so much. Well, we'll start with this one right here, because we have to pretty much go over it. Yes, our Merlins, they come in 4 flavors. Our specifically the HC3s, even though the RF have given them all away. They're part of the 3CB mod and we can't get rid of them.
Hello?
Hello?
Ellie?
Yeah, sorry, 1 second. I had to say something. But anyways, back to the HC3s. Yeah, they come in 4 variants, basically in terms of seating configuration and if they're also guns on the side of them. So you've got the HC3 18 seats, which is just an 18-seat version, the 18-seat GPMG, the 32-seat, and the CSAR variant, which has GPMGs and stretchers. In the past, this used to have the title for the aircraft that could carry the most amount of infantry, but I've soon remedied that with the Chinook. So, just to spite Gibbons. But anyways, apart from that, it also has an I-Star camera, which I also forgot to mention. The Chinook and the Griffin also have I-Star cameras.
Yep.
And yeah, not much else to be said about it. It's a Navy aircraft. And then
I see there's one missing.
Tuh.
Well, at least missing
Yeah.
from my notes. But it's not really relevant, is it?
It's not really relevant depending on, for helicopter emergency landing training, that's usually when we use it, but not as much.
Okay.
And then last but not least, our Wildcat helicopters, which are 4-seaters in this version of the RKSL mod, and then the 3CB version we have got a 6-seat and an 8-seat with rockets or a 20mm cannon pod on the side. Yeah, it also has the most powerful I-Star camera. That with the Griffin makes the most powerful ones, then followed by the Apache.
Yeah.
That's Halley's.
That is pretty much helicopters done. Normally we'd also go through the fixed wing, but the only fixed wing we have to really go through is the C130 because that is required for pilot training completion.
Yeah.
So back to the other side we go, Hendrix.
What about drones?
No, we'll skip those. That all comes under the advanced.
F-35, Typhoon. Surprised we don't have tornadoes.
They're retired.
They fully retired them from the RAF.
Yep, not in service anymore.
Which one?
The Tornado.
Tornado. They used to be the major strike bomber.
Yep.
Braved.
Why does he put more Chinooks behind the hangar?
No one knows.
Okay. Anyways, so the C130 J Hercules, which we've got 4 variants of. Basically, the main reason why we're the 6th Airborne, to jump out of an airframe.
Yeah.
So this obviously works.
I know what I need to train on.
Landing this thing?
Well, C-17.
Yeah,
No,
we're
we'll
not
go
we're not,
flat.
we're not gonna use it. At least.
Cool. For now. Okay.
Yeah. Anyways. So yeah, for the meantime, with the C130s, carrying maximum capacity is 24 seats on the passenger variant, and with space in the back for also a vehicle. Or we have a cargo variant which has space for 2 vehicles to be loaded on board. You get then them subdivided into further variants of either JATO variants or none. The JATO is just there so that in case we need that extra oomph on takeoff, it is available to us. Because the JATO can reduce the C-130's takeoff distance to 200 meters versus the standard 500. Yes, Hendrix?
Yeah. Question about that. JATO, is
Yes.
that used from 0, or do you have to have a certain speed?
It can be used from 0, it can be used from a certain speed. Either way, it will boost you with rocket pods on the back of it until it runs out of fuel.
So I have the least amount of space, I just initiate it from standstill and then it will go.
Exactly.
Okay, no, thank you.
Always
Alright.
better to start a roll first and then initiate it.
In ARMA, there's a 3 seconds before for its ignition to happen, so sometimes the roll, you have to take into account those 3 seconds, and it's easy to just have it launch first. But otherwise, in terms of distance, the difference in distance it makes from rolling versus a standstill is about 10 meters, which in the size of a C-130 is not much of a difference.
Yeah.
But otherwise, yeah, if you need that extra 20 meters and you really go through the extra calculations to figure out you need it, then yeah, sure, by all means go for it. But otherwise, yeah, 200 meters with JATO for takeoff. Without JATO, standard takeoff is 500 meters, and if you're really pushing it for landing, you can land this aircraft in 400 meters. So yeah, and that should conclude the airframes used at the moment. So first things first, what we're going to do is then talk about the patterns. You've done flight sim in general, so I'm sure you know what a stand pattern is, but we'll have to go through what we do in terms of ARMA. So we'll just park it over here, then we'll probably use one of the training Griffins for now. Hendrix, if you could do me a favor, could you mark the airfield and have active going southbound?
It's big.
Hmm?
It's very big.
User joined your channel.
Oh, this
Two clicks then, isn't it, for the ellipse?
Yeah.
Okay, now it's. Oh, that's big, but I think it's alright. So south for exit, yeah?
Yep. Of course, they choose their objective southbound or whatever.
I'm gonna use global channel because that works.
Yes, another thing to. So yeah, pretty much while you're marking that, I'll just go through it. As Hendrix is marking down, we're just basically going to talk about how we essentially mark our airfields, because we have to have some sort of organization as we depart, arrive, so forth. So in this case, as you'll see what Hendrix is marking down, we start off by drawing an ellipse using the Alive tools to draw us a circle.
User joined your channel.
To do that, for simply now, do you see calendar to the southwest of the objective? The infantry objective, this right over here.
Yeah.
Calendar,
okay.
Yeah.
So what I'd like you to do there is, so that you have practice with drawing this ellipse, is you hover, you put your mouse cursor right over calendar, and then you go left control, left alt, and then left mouse button, which should bring up the advanced marker menu.
Okay.
Holy shit! The
Oh yeah, I
exits
forgot
are
this might be
quite
difficult.
difficult.
Yeah.
I just realized.
Ellipse.
Yep, so you want to get onto the ellipse tab.
Border.
No, so first we go with ellipse, then we want to change our distances. So the A, even though it should be x-axis and y-axis, but for some reason they call it A and B-axis. From there we change it to then 2 kilometers, which is the standard we use for marking our airfields. So 2,000 meters in this case.
Okay, so it's based in meters.
Yes, it's based. Yeah.
Can you check if I've done the runways correctly? Because this one's not easy.
Sure, we'll do in a moment. So yeah, once you got 2000 and 2000, we then want to go fill to border, and then color to red, and then once you press OK, it should bring up your circle. Perfect. Now, for the only one we have to mark is for our airfields. Like say there's an objective out that the signals will mark it for us, and that's you don't have to worry about that one. But for now, let's just say you want to delete one of these markers that you just put down.
Yeah.
It's going to be slightly difficult. It's going to be Control, Alt, and right mouse button.
Fucking, I'll have to figure out some way of getting these.
Yeah.
Control, Alt, and right mouse button. Good. I got Control.
Make sure the cursor is also over the where you put it down. So essentially, where you had
distance, height, compass, height.
There we go. Perfect. You got it removed. All right. So yeah, that is pretty much that. To put one of those down and remove them. So now once we've done that, the next bit would be to mark our airfield once we've gone the circle around it. As Hendrik says, kindly done. What we do is we mark in global, and the reason why we do global is because recently it's become cluttered between infantry and flight markings. So we've decided to use global to separate ours from theirs, and they'll be more clear for the pilots while flying.
Yeah. My first addition or improvement for flight.
Yes.
That I requested.
And it is it's been fully approved and it's now official.
So we depart. We depart runway 0. So do we depart runway 18?
Yeah. So essentially we'd have a green and a red dot on the runways saying which runway number it is. Obviously runway 18 going 180 southbound is its start, and then runways should be runway 36.
Yeah.
Because 00 is not a runway, and it's weird.
Yeah. Oh shit! I'm stupid, bro. But it says 00 on the runway itself, actually.
Does it?
Actually,
yeah.
36.
Hold on.
Zoom in.
I'm going in Zeus to just check because.
I mean,
that's a mistake on the template, guy.
Okay, yeah. Go burn him.
Yeah, but anyways.
Fuck you, you shit, man.
But yeah, anyways, it should be runway 36. It won't be that bad. I won't slather you if you say 00. Obviously 36 is the one that most people are used to, even Ancona, as well as used to 36 and not 00.
Yeah.
But yeah, otherwise, let me just quickly check something. Alpha.
Yeah.
Perfect.
See what I mean?
Oh,
it's good. Okay.
Yeah. Absolutely fine with that. Actually, the only one that's a bit argumentative is this one here, which could be argued to be still Alpha 4 as it continues Alpha the whole way. And then Bravo is just an off taxiway from Alpha.
Yeah, that seems fair.
Yeah.
That's the only one, but it's not even really a big deal.
Yeah, that's why I was like, it's difficult. Different.
Technically, if you wanted to argue it, Alpha could just be that one line, and you could create Foxtrot. So you could Charlie Delta. So you know what I mean, like.
The only problem with that is that it doesn't follow what the airfield markings codes are, and so that's the thing. If Ancona wanted it to be realistic, so I showed that this is the actual way it's meant to be marked in the real world. But if the pilots end up saying, if Hendrik says, "Oh, this is confusing," and everyone majority agrees with that, then we can always change it to an easier version. For me, it doesn't matter. It's just if IC wants this, that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
When I'm in charge, whatever the pilots want is I'll go for that one, at least on this specific topic. Anyways, otherwise, yeah, the markings are fine, and then basically we mark our active runway. Obviously, if we decided we're gonna make 36 our taking off direction, we'll then turn 18 to red and then turn 36 to green. Now, in the case of say Gravia, which has 2 runways, over here this would be a 36 left, and then there would be a 36 right, and then on this side there'll be a 18 left and then a 18 right.
Yeah.
And then subsequently we'd mark the runways which we want as active. So in this case it would be the 18 right and 18 left.
Where the fuck did they come from?
Oh, the other side.
Oh, there's multiple entrances.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, so pretty much, otherwise, we on gravel we tend to not use the right-hand runway because it's smaller. We all use the left one. So in the case we don't
More
have
of a taxiway, right?
Yeah, it's really a taxiway because there's no other way to taxi back.
Yeah.
In this case, on this runway, we'd have to taxi out and then turn around and go.
User joined your channel.
Yeah. As I said, it's probably, it's easier for us to only have to have one active runway rather than taxiing
Yes.
over an active runway.
Right. Now, the
Just
next
make you sure you
part-
land early.
Now, the next part is, as any airspace that is there, you have to, any restricted or controlled airspace that is there, you have to get permission or let people know a certain flow of entering and exits. So in that case, that's also what we have. Like the way when we go to, say, an AO where the infantry have marked, there'll be like an IP point, insertion point, alpha, bravo, all the way around the circle, and that's what the signalers will let us know to get through. In this case, for us, it is long final, which is just the simplest way to get in, and just have it straight behind the runway. Obviously, if it's runway 36 gets active, we will swap around wild, long final, and final as necessary. But in this case, we'd fly around the circle and then get to long final, let the traffic know on the radio that we're going to be at long final, and then continue on to land 1-8 and so forth. For departing reasons, for aircraft, you can go straight at wild, but for helicopters that are doing sling loading, or it's an emergency, or they need a quick reinsertion, we have Gandalf as a sort of emergency ingress / exit waypoint. Which basically allows us the fastest way towards the AO. We'd usually put Gandalf on the direction that's closest to the objective, or AO. So in this case, if the objective was here, we'd probably move Gandalf a bit further this way. Essentially having it the fastest way going towards the objective. With that said, that is just...
Ali?
Yes?
I'm in group chat and prepping the wins if you need it for later.
Oh, perfect. I'm actually going to get onto that right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's cool.
So you
I'll just change it to direct then. Oh, no, that was not the... Oh, shit. Okay.
Alright.
Yeah, wait one.
So, in the meantime, while Hendrix preps that for us, the next thing we'll just quickly talk about is radio for basically entry and exit. So pretty much, if you're an airframe over here, and you're wanting to enter to come and land, let's just say you are the Chinook, which is the one majority you're going to be
I
in.
am so stupid. I'm sorry. I just realized you can't change lines to a different channel.
No worries. But let's just say you're the Chinook over here, and you want to let people know, because we won't have air traffic control, but we still have to let the airfield know that there's an airframe coming in to land. So in this case, we'd say on this way, this is Camp Elizabeth, so we'd say Elizabeth traffic on the short range. I'll just use the short range itself. Elizabeth traffic, Pegasus 1-1, approaching long final from the north. And then pretty much you're letting know Elizabeth traffic, all the airframes that are concerned with Camp Elizabeth. I am Pegasus 1-1, and we're going to approach long final. Pretty simple. Same thing with departing. If you're, say, on the runway, it's Pegasus 1-1 departing runway 18 via wild. And that's it. I'm sure you've used VATSIM before with Mitchell, I'm presuming? Oh yeah, so yeah, pretty much there's no overs and outs on radio comms, and we follow that through here as well. Now, some people still, some people still use over and outs because they're used to being infantry and ICs, so it's going to take a while to get that out of them, but...
I mean, signalers use it, and I like it. But
that's
if you want me to
Spittle...
not use it, I can stop.
I prefer if the pilots
really
stop,
fast.
because the reason the signalers use it is because Spittle is being stubborn and has forced them to use it because we don't.
Okay, yeah, I'll try and stop.
I don't know how it affects him, but I just can't be bothered to argue certain things, so... And they've made the argument that they're infantry, so they have to use it, so I was just like, okay, you do you, but we're not replying in over and outs, because the whole point of a UHF radio and a VHF radio is that there's a distinctive end of transmission click that you basically knows the transmission is over. Once you've ended the click, you don't re-click it back on, and that's just how it follows the rules. But anyways, with so yeah, pretty much via wild, Gandalf, that's the same thing. Now, for you, before we get out of out of our little airspace, we're gonna want to stay in a pattern as Hendrix has marked, and just stay within it. And practice just a few
User in your
maneuvers and a bit of radio
channel timed out.
comms, just so you can get used to the flying and the comms at the same time.
Yep.
So basically, in this case, you'd be Pegasus 1-1, departing runway 18.
User joined your
And that's why
channel.
you just for pattern is what you'd say, or for circuits or whatever. British have a different way of saying it. Americans have a way. Either one is correct. Then once you head about to this distance, another thing to say is that these lines are just guidelines, so it's not a requirement.
Yeah,
It
I know.
wouldn't be in operation because I didn't know that at first.
I've flown basic patterns in real life.
All right, then fair.
So I know upwind, crosswind, downwind, base, final.
So yeah, so pretty much the only one that I care about, at least for informational purposes, is that you can say all of them on the radio. It might clear it up. So if it feels like the radio's getting cleared up, maybe the only ones you want to say is when you're on downwind, and if you see an aircraft that's just made an announcement that they're coming long final, you can let them know that you're on base, or you can let them know you're on final. Just let them know that that's happening, so they can essentially plan ahead to either.
Yeah,
make
but
a circle.
you should always let them know when you're approaching final.
Yeah, final is
So
a must. Downwind,
halfway
yes,
through,
and
halfway through base, you're like approaching final, or runway 18. Pegasus 1-1 approaching final.
if you're halfway on base, I would say use the phrase turning base to final.
Okay.
Because if you say approaching final, it can be a bit confusing. Could be either you're here, or it could be you're here, or you could even just still be on the downwind as well.
Okay,
It's a very weird. It's that just getting really picky in terms of communication, but otherwise base to final basically just covers this entire leg.
Yeah.
In one go. But otherwise, yeah, alright. So that's pretty simple, and I don't need to go any much further on the comms. What we're going to do is we're going to essentially just grab an airframe. We're going to do a bit of pattern work. What I'll have Hendrix do is you will pick an airframe of your own choosing, and you will also join us in the pattern just to keep those skills fresh as well, and just so we can give a little bit of activities in the traffic pattern for Coker to also handle with.
Yeah. You know what I'm gonna pick, right?
No, I don't actually.
Fucking love the Griffin.
Alright. So we'll have two Griffins essentially in the pan. So we'll start off with the Griffin, as that's probably the easiest one to control.
Want me to drive to the Griffins at the end?
Yeah, we'll head over to the Griffins at the end, and then we'll just do hover taxis over to runway 18. Actually, we'll just hover taxi to Alpha 1. We'll just take over from Alpha 1. We don't need the whole runway. Yeah.
Is there would it be fun to go over infantry?
I mean, they're
they're on our,
in the
they're
way.
on our, yeah, I mean like they're in
Actually,
the way.
hold on.
That would be very
With a
fun, right?
2-3 Seagull message.
With a 237 over.
With a 2-3, currently you have stopped in our flight path for part of our training. We are going to proceed and hover taxi above you. Just be advised you have at least 2 minutes or 3 minutes to...
With a 2-3, alright.
It is part of our training.
Pow, 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 pow.
I'll let Spittle know.
I wonder why I didn't hear the long range.
Alright, so...
I wonder why I didn't hear anything on long range.
Alright, so... And then pretty much just make sure you have your helmets on whenever you're flying.
Yep.
Why is my aircraft moving to the right?
Because it's a little bent.
It's sliding over the ground.
Oh, I know there's an issue with the way this template is for some reason. Just hop out for a second. Yeah.
Nope. Cancel.
Actually, just pull up and get into a hover immediately so it stops moving. Yep, just...
Oh, it's still moving, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said, like, get into a hover.
Afghan 1-1's putting up.
Alright, and then you can head into the pilot seat. Do you have the controls configured, or do we have to do any configuring for you?
I think I'm trying something slightly different.
Alright, so just give us a second before the always pull up so we can get this sorted.
Yep.
Afghan 1-1 dashing to Alpha 1 via Bravo, Alpha 4 and Alpha.
Alright.
Afghan 1-2 spooling up.
Just do slow hover taxi for now, Hendrix.
Can I start taxiing? Do you want me to wait here?
Just hover there for a second.
Oh, be advised, he's not an Afghan call sign.
Oh,
Spotted.
Spectre.
Yep, so you're Spectre
Apologies,
1.
Spectre 1
Lovely.
Well, Seagull, this is 123 messenger.
San Francisco. Here we go.
123, your taxiway. That's
Say again, that was inaudible.
123, your taxiway should be clear. Over.
Roger. Free taxi, Hendrix. Alright, and then...
Say again, free taxi?
Yep, free taxi. Alright, so, what we're gonna do now, Kroger, is pretty much just get into a gentle hover. We try to maintain our hovers between 5 to 10 meters, up to 15 if you really need it, and then just begin a gentle movement along the lines towards the taxi, towards the runway on Alpha 1.
Yep.
And let's make sure we don't go above the kilometers per hour.
Yeah.
That.
I gotta say, it's pretty cool flying next to the tiny guys.
Alright, we're 30, so now.
Oh, sorry.
What's the speed?
Don't have a proper HUD on this.
You don't have the mod, so don't worry about it.
Afghan 1-1 taking off runway
What's the
18 into left bearing.
RHS, HMD, so don't worry. We'll talk about mods afterwards, and just want to get this pattern in.
Yeah.
Okay, and then so hold here because we have to let people know we're going on the runway.
Yep. Nope, too high.
Easy, gentle.
Get used to.
Afghan 1-1 proceeding crosswind left.
Yeah, so pretty much you let people. So you're going to go on the radio and just say Spectre 1-1.
Spectre 1-1 entering runway. One day.
Whoa, careful,
My
careful.
bad.
I might sound. We're going the wrong way. So we literally just take off from the intersection with the helicopter. It's only the airframes we need to go. Sorry, with the fixing we need to go the whole back way.
Sorry.
Alright, auto hover on. Auto hover.
Let these sort that up.
Afghan 1-1 downwind left.
I forgot to say unlock controls. That's my biggest mistake.
Unlock controls.
Alright, so perfect. Alright. Afghan 1-1, delay your base to final bit.
How do you
Again, 1-1,
taxi
roger that.
without
Slowing down on down
going
left.
everywhere?
So if I just take controls very quickly, and we'll go
Yeah,
through a very quick taxi. So my controls right now. Not how we're going off. So pretty much as soon as I push forward, and then once I get the speed, I'll just let it go flat until I need to essentially turn. And when I make the corners, it's mostly just rudder at this point. And then if I have to roll right, for example, it's mostly rudder, and it's just a very gentle roll to just stop it from accelerating in the direction I don't want it to go, and then back up.
Okay. Yeah.
So in this case, 20. After 11, correction, Spectre 11 is vacated runway. So yeah, and then pretty much we'll go here, make it right again.
Afghan 1-1, roger that, proceeding.
They set up a new button for auto hover. They set up a new button for auto hover. Does it gone to the mouse?
Yeah, no worries. It's whatever you need to get set up. That's all right.
Afghan 1-1, base final. Additional question for you in a minute, Billy.
Roger. Pretty much. So hover's right here.
Is that auto hover you put on?
Nope.
You just got yourself down.
Yep. And then I pretty much try and find find the equilibrium point, which is looking at the display, and I can see, okay, now the wind's a level there, so the helicopter should be about fine at this point.
Yeah.
Afghan 1-1, touchdown, taxiing via Alpha 2 to Alpha 1.
Alright, so would you like me so I can hand over controls back?
So Billy, what would you call this camp on FlightNet? Because Elizabeth is a bit long and Eli doesn't sound correct.
Let's see.
We'd still actually use Elizabeth, because that's what we've been using for campaign.
Roger that.
Right, oh.
So, fully go for Elizabeth traffic then?
Yeah, Elizabeth traffic. Oh, I thought your power was in. So remember, when you're ready to essentially take over controls of something, to always have just a little bit of power, or at least half power in case of anything. Right, so then we pretty much just say Spectre 1-1, going to active 1-8 for departure to the south.
Spectre 1-1 going to active 1-8 departure south.
Yeah, we're going to just leave the pattern for the meantime. Feel free to follow us, Hendrix, if you'd like. So we'll actually head out of the airspace and then try and do just simple ones to start off with, where we can get a bit more height from the ground. Right, and then feel free to just pull forward and add power.
I'm going to move back a bit for safety. Afghan 1-1 following on to Spectre 1-1. Talking about Spectre, have you guys seen James Bond yet?
No. Unfortunately not. And then the last thing you say is, once we're over Wild, you just say Spectre 1-1 departing airspace via Wild.
Okay, but we're not going over Wild yet, are we? We're going
over Wild. We're not going over pattern. We'll keep going straight. Just so you can get it used to, so you can get a bit more used to the helicopter. I remember you were flying that Chinook for your test.
Spectre 1-1 over Wild.
Alright, and then now we just make a gentle right turn, following the circle round to the right or left, whichever way you want.
I'll go left. Why is it that the mouse is so much easier to fly than the control stick?
I don't know, I fly with the stick.
I just find the mouse slightly a bit easier.
Yeah, feel free to push the helicopter a bit further or a bit harder if you want.
When I get back, Billy, I'm going to use this moment to try and practice with the Merlin a bit, unless you say that's not useful.
But now, at this point, this is your free practice time, so you have as much time here to practice anything you need before campaign.
Do you think we're going to use Merlin?
That's up to you. I personally won't.
Yeah, we can also do repelling with a Chinook, right? So there's actually no point then.
Everything the Merlin can do, the Chinook can do slightly better. Alright. So, yeah, feel free to go up to like the 200 kilometers per hour. That's normally what we'd be flying at, because the problem is even though we're flying at this speed, we're wasting more fuel flying at a slower speed than we are at a higher speed because of spittle script. It's time based, not actually engine power based. There's a bit of engine power involved, but it's more time based. So for us, time is more important. So if we're flying minimum 200, that's good enough. And then for the landing parts, when we head over, we'll just let the traffic know Elizabeth traffic, Spectre 11, approaching long final when we're actually approaching long final for runway 18. Yeah. And then once we're above the runway, we'll come to a gentle hover about 10 meters above the ground, 5 meters if you feel more comfortable, and then from there we'll just say Spectre 11 touchdown. Yeah. Alright, so let's begin our left turn to head for the runway. Anticipate the turn, very important. It's better to be undershooting than overshooting, because then overshooting requires more correction. While if you're undershooting, all you have to do is just decrease the amount of turn you're giving. Yeah. And at this point, the radio.
Spectre 101 approaching long final for runway 18.
Perfect. Alright, and then now we just...
Afghan 11, long final, runway 18.
Then you just come to a gentle hover above the runway, and that's that.
Power. I don't know why it dropped off so much.
Elizabeth traffic, Afghan 11 touchdown, following Spectre 11.
Alright, just get to a steady hover.
Yeah. For some reason, my low speed.
Alright.
I have issues with flying at low speed. Balancing it. Huh?
Yeah, we might need to fix that, because that comes really important for the next bit of things we're going to do. So let's just do a quick hover taxi down the runway, and then we'll vacate off at Alpha 4. Yeah. Spectre 11, we're going to just do hover taxi down runway 18, vacating Alpha 4, and we'll just head back to the helipad, so we have to do a bit more configuration.
Afghan 11, roger that. Permission to follow infantry convoy when they move out.
Negative, unless you can work something out with
Afghan 11, roger that.
If I had to hang up, I'd find it a lot easier.
Hello, Seagull, this is...
Hello, Winner 2-3, all I heard was hello, Seagull.
Winner 2-3, message, over.
Dead.
Winner 2-3, 10 is proposing that if you would so desire, you can form an I-star on our objective, if it fits in with your training.
Negative, we don't have the amount of pilots to I-star the objective.
223, roger that.
Right, so we just make it here, and then we go back on Bravo. Just to the left.
Hi, it's still there. Apologies.
Just hold here, hold here, hold here.
Afghan 1-1, breaking off Spectre 1-1, landing at helipad at Bravo.
My controls for a second.
Yep.
Okay,
Billy, I'm going for that refuel.
Roger.
What do the Griffins have so little amount of fuel?
I wish I knew. Okay. So you see like the movements I'm making with it?
Yeah.
But yeah, we have to get your controls configured just a bit more so that flying slow is a bit easier because it shouldn't be this hard.
Afghan 1-1's pulling out.
Yeah, I should do this from the exterior view, not interior doing this. So I'm gonna release controls to you.
Yep.
And then you make sure your controls are on idle.
Yeah.
Alright, and release the controls, and then now you can spool it down. Alright.
Spectre 1-1, spooling down.
Alright. So, just a quick thing before we do it. So we have to make sure controls are not too sensitive. I promise Ancona is the one who knows how the mouse controls work, so I'm not really good at that. Do you know have a way of maybe adjusting it? Or have any idea of adjustments?
It should be basic adjustments. Give me a second.
Okay.
Need me to refill yours?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Check IR.
Alright, so we just need to get a little... So let's see. But yeah. Comms-wise, we're okay. But they can only get... Comms-wise will only improve in the meantime if we can get the flying a bit more comfortable. So for now, I'll just let you skip on comms. And just have you do the flying portion mostly.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna controls.
Spectre 1-1 refuel.
Up sensitivity. Yeah. Try that. One is what is it?
delete those.
All right. Run the helicopter a lot better. What's that add-on that you had for
Afghan 1-1 refueled.
for HUD?
We'll get all the HUD stuff afterwards. So don't worry about that. There's a bunch of other mods we use. So yeah, for now, I don't even use the HUD right now on this thing, so not a big deal. Let me think very quickly. So we're gonna do that one more time. This time we're gonna go out and we'll do another left. So if you look on the map, we're gonna go out again via wild.
Yeah.
Do one whole round to long final. We'll come and do a touchdown here. Have you touchdown around this area on the first bit. We'll hover taxi down the runway. It should be just a simple task. Maybe do one loop here or two.
Yeah.
And then head out again. But this time we'll do the pattern and come down,
Okay.
and then we'll try with a different airframe. All right. So whenever you're ready. So don't worry about comms. I'll take care of it. Spectre 1-1 spooling. So yeah, Hendrix, in the meantime, feel free to use whatever airframe you want. If it's not down, I can spawn it down.
I think I'm quite comfortable with every one of them, but I might check the Wildcat bin. The only thing I'm less comfortable with is the Apache still, but I don't know if you allow me to fly that today.
Oh, you can fly that solo if you want. Don't want to do that in the pattern.
Roger that, I'll do it. I'll leave that vehicle for you guys.
Alright, so whenever you're ready, just begin to cover taxi. Controls are unlocked. Lovely. Spectre 1-1 hover taxiing Alpha 1 via Bravo Alpha. Okay. Alright, and then now we can just level off the nose so we don't accelerate any faster. And then at this point it's just rudders. So if you keep the helicopter just pointed essentially vertically, so there's no bank left or right, and you can just use the rudders mostly. Any final corrections will be done just basically by a little bit of bank here and there. So yeah, and then just a little bit of left bank to counteract you going to the right a bit. And then at this point, we're going to slowly bring out the bank at B level and just fly straight. Nice and easy. Or maybe the control settings you've changed have made it also easier.
Yeah, just slightly.
Alright. Alright, and then we're going to bring the nose up momentarily because then we'll overspeed again. We're going 32, so we'll just bring the nose a little bit higher, just slow down a bit, and then we can bring it back to level.
Watch your 1-1 split it up.
Once we reach 25, again, now we bring the nose back to level. So we don't pass 30, and there we go. Now we're just cruising at 30. Or coasting. Elizabeth traffic, Spectre 1-1 entering active 1-8 for departure to the south by Wild. Right? And then we just have a gentle acceleration here. 60 mile an hour. Now we'll just make a left turn, so we're going to still make the objective. Alright, but at this point where we're out here, just take a moment to like throw the aircraft around. So let me just give you an example of what I'm talking about. So my controls.
Yeah.
Alright, my controls. So when in terms of throwing the aircraft around, like get a chance to feel like what it's like. So if it comes to essentially like pulling back, like see how far and how quick it rolls backwards versus how quick it also goes forwards. Obviously right, and then obviously left with the rudder and everything to help you out and just drive around the aircraft without losing too much altitude. If we get like to 100 meters above the ground, I might just take controls over and then take it back just if we look like we're about to crash. So yeah, in the meantime, your controls. So feel free to like, just try to throw the aircraft around a little bit and get an understanding for how it performs. So like for example, if I were to say, if I were to say, all right, let's quickly accelerate forward and then let's come to a complete stop in a hover in midair as quickly as we can. So, for example, let's just say accelerate to 200 kilometers per hour right now. So straight forward to 200 kilometers per hour as quickly as you can. A little bit more nose down, and we'll accelerate faster if we go most down because we're still climbing a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, more power. And then now we come to a complete stop, so then now throw us into a quick hover. Now you saw we gained altitude there. Like we came to a hover quickly, but we gained altitude.
Yeah, I was holding down.
Archer 1-1 taxiing to Alpha 1 via Alpha.
I was holding down Civic.
Which one?
I was holding down the power button.
Yeah. Was it as in max power or zero power?
At 0 power to stop us from going up.
Right.
So you know how like when if you're stopping, put nose up, it's going to push you up. But if you hold down, is it the cyrillic?
Yeah. It should be.
Hold that down,
Z,
and it
yeah.
should push you downwards.
All right. So yeah, then we can take our hover off, and then we go and now just do the pattern.
The more I do it,
it should end up feeling more natural the more you do it. Archer currently flying, or is he on the ground still? He's on the ground still.
Belly,
Send.
my monocle isn't showing up. What did I forget?
You can turn it on with the video button on the left panel. Expect the one unfortunately 1.8. Correction, not 1.8. At this point we can just go Z and just begin like a slow, gentle down to a slower speed. But
where's the video button?
On the panel to the left of you. Wait, is the monocle or the video in the monocle? Like the...
No, the monocle is up, but the video in the monocle.
Yeah, the video button on the left side.
Eyes on, thank you.
little bit earlier than that on max flaring, so let's just we have to get a bit more speed.
Yeah, I was just trying to pick it down, but I brought it down too far.
Archer 1-1 taking off runway 18 now.
User left your channel. User joined your channel.
Right.
User left your channel.
Make it on one touchdown, runway 1. Alright, so what I'll actually do now is we'll just head straight forward along the runway. Let's try and keep best we can over the center line of the runway. And then we'll make a right on Alpha 3. Then come out, and then I'll give you more instructions from there after we go. Because we're going to do a little bit of a ground hover taxi exercise to get you a bit more comfortable with it. See, right now we're moving a bit to the right side.
Archer
so it's
1-1
to the
crosswind left.
Or do you prefer hover taxiing kind of crookedly?
Am I crooked?
Yeah, we're kind of pointing a little bit to the right.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we're going a bit too fast.
Oh.
There we go. Now we're pointing straight. Or straight now.
Yeah, back on it. I just waited to third person just to see.
Archer 1-1 downwind left.
This is Alpha 3 here? No, Alpha 3.
Yeah. Alpha 3 is the next one. Alright. So now we'll keep it back to below 30 kilometers per hour. And we'll just go a nice hover taxi through Alpha 3. Then once we're on Alpha 3, I want you to make a right on Alpha. And then we'll make another right again on Alpha 2.
Okay.
Oh, speed.
Elizabeth traffic, Archer 1-1 base to final.
Okay, and you pitch forward and now pitch back to level because I was going to gain too much speed again.
Yeah.
So it's like it's just dip the nose, bring it back level. Dip the nose, bring it back level.
Because I can't see the thing, so I can't see which level.
Oh, just get like you don't even need to see the instruments to see what its level is. So that's like get a side picture. So if you get into a hover, like just press the hover button right now. So just let the aircraft get into a hover. So do you see the horizon in front of us?
Yeah.
You see roughly where it is like on your screen. So if you can like keep like a mental picture of like where the horizon should be, essentially that's what you can use. Like literally, you don't even have to look at the instruments.
Elizabeth traffic, Archer 1-1 touchdown, runway 18 taxiing to Alpha 1 via L4 and then Alpha.
So if you go auto hover off and then we just make a right here. So then you just dip the nose and then bring it back to what you remember as the horizon to be. And then over time it'll just become second nature.
Yeah.
And then we'll stop over here. Elizabeth traffic, Spectre 1-1 after Archer passing out after right, we will enter runway 36 auto hover.
Oh. Sorry.
Yep, alright, let's go.
I'm stuck.
Control V. 3 times. I think that's it.
Help me step, bro. You guys need to pick up?
Negative, we're good. Alright, so it should be healed. Okay, so it's pretty hard to ask, so what happened? So as Archer passes. Can you hear me, Coker?
Yeah, I'm here.
So what happened in terms of that?
Archer 1-1 taking off runway 18, Elizabeth traffic.
I got slightly distracted with the Apache, and I was too busy trying to make sure I slowed down, and I overflowed, started going backwards. I was trying to overcorrect that. I didn't realize I was going sideways.
Right. Okay. So double correcting. So wait, are you flying all this in first person?
Yes.
If it makes it easier, maybe third person for a little bit and then slowly move into first person, because in some scenarios we just need third person for, and unfortunately due to lack of flight members. So I'll just spawn on quickly another one and delete that.
Archer 1-1 entering pattern left for runway 18.
Where is it? Griffin, and T1. There we go. Okay, so we'll just head over it. Alright, so we'll just pretty much practice. So we'll pretty much just practice some of the just ground maneuvers, and I'll give you some extra obstacles to deal with as well. So I'll be like, alright, Apache in front of us, stop right now, and then you do your best to hold the helicopter.
Elizabeth traffic, Archer 1-1
and
proceeding left downwind runway 18.
Feel free to just use the third person view, just to get an idea of like 3D what the helicopter is doing and the size of it in the 3D space. Then afterwards you can move back into first person and see if it's any easier.
Speak on once, rolling up.
So we'll go back into a gentle hover as before with the controls unlocked.
Elizabeth
I find
traffic,
it way
Archer 1-1
harder.
base final.
I just land this back down for a second. Or if you could unlock the controls, please. There we go, thank you. Alright, let me just quickly show you. I'm just gonna take controls again very quickly. Just to show you what exactly I'd be expecting in terms of things to be doing. So let me just turn auto hover. So where's Archer? He should be in the downwind, as he said. So pretty much we're just gonna. What we're gonna do is essentially we're just gonna try
traffic, Archer 1-1 touchdown and taking off runway 18.
So essentially what we're gonna do is we're gonna do some 8 patterns just to get a bit used to the helicopter's handling. Expect 1-1 right, Roger, on the runway doing 8s between alphas 2 and 4. So essentially we're gonna go over here.
Sorry guys, didn't know you were on the runway.
No worries. So we go here, make a left, and then essentially just do figure 8s, come back on the runway, and then we'll go again through Alpha 3, going again south and so forth.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm going a little bit fast myself, but just to illustrate the directions of flying it.
Archer 1-1 proceeding crosswind right from runway 18.
So I'm going back on the runway. Go down for this corner, because 30 is a good speed. And then back to level, let it cruise. And then to the right, and then just repeat the exact same thing. So yeah, that's pretty much it in basic. So I'm just gonna land this here, and I'm gonna have you do it. You don't have to do it quickly, just as long as you can keep within the parameters of the speeds, the controls, and it doesn't look like it's too it basically doesn't look like it's this or that.
223, signing back onto 44.5.
Right, so landing here.
Elizabeth traffic, Archer 1-1 downwind right.
So your controls. Nope, we're going back up a bit. That's fine.
So we're going.
Level, and then bring the nose back level, then right here, and then we'll make a right again. Elizabeth traffic, Spectre 1-1, entering runway 18, and then vacating on Alpha 3 immediately after. And then afterwards we'll make another right.
Yep.
Elizabeth traffic, Archer 1-1, base final. Runway 18.
Right. And then I left. Watching speed.
Yep.
If I say it enough times, eventually you'll start having nightmares about me saying speed.
Speed.
Oh, infantry smoke plume in the distance. And watch the speed again.
Elizabeth traffic, Archer 1-1, touchdown. Proceeding to Alpha 4, then Alpha 1.
Roger, Archer, hold position at Alpha 2 if you could.
Archer 1-1, roger that.
Right, so
We'll make it Alpha 3.
Roger. We're doing figure 8s between Alphas 4, 3, and 2.
Roger that.
Right, and then just make a left, and then you can follow Archer along on where he's going. Oh, watch the speed, watch the speed. And stability. Alright, perfect. We're good, we're stable, and then we just gently tip it forward, gain us a bit more forward momentum, and they'll just do it nice and easy.
Elizabeth traffic, Archer 1-1, taking off runway 18 to proceed right button.
Okay, and then we'll make it right here. And then we repeat everything we just did.
Yep.
What was that? We've not been told to reinsert, so who is on the ground? Hello, Widow 23, single message.
Widow 23, send message over.
Be advised you have a 1x S Eagle who's on the ground at the airbase. Just letting you know.
Elizabeth traffic, Archer 1-1, crosswind right,
I'll see
runway
what's happening
18.
with reinsets.
Sorry, say again?
Widow 23, roger that. I'll see what is happening with reinserts.
Not flight. We're busy doing our own thing, so yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm aware of that.
Right, you want to drop somebody off?
No, with the training that we need today, not from what I've been told. They told us they don't need us, so good.
I don't mind dropping somebody off.
No, because it requires you to go also in there.
Elizabeth
That's
traffic,
a big
Archer
more tight
1-1,
position because they're going in the city.
proceeding downwind right,
Oh, he's gone.
runway 18.
We can get stability. If we can get stability flying in tight positions, that's all I need to be able to see, and then that's basically good enough to go and drop off reinserts.
Yeah.
Right. So once we finish this last one, we'll then head on to the runway. So just we do 2 more lefts and then a right, and then we'll do some actual
Elizabeth traffic,
one more
Archer
pattern.
1-1, base final, runway 18.
So turn right here.
Yep. So left. So still
Yep.
back what we've been doing.
You want left here?
Yep, left and then left again. So far, it seems to be getting a better hang of it. Like it's seeming more
Yeah.
natural than the first few
Yeah.
ones. Elizabeth traffic, Spectre 1-1 on the active, just back taxiing to Alpha 3.
Elizabeth traffic, Archer 1-1 touchdown, proceeding to Alpha 3 to land at the helipads.
Covered that.
Just apart from that little twitch at the end, but otherwise better.
Yeah. So I don't know, for some reason lefts just seem more difficult than rights.
Alright, fair. So, what we're gonna do now, we're gonna go all the way to the end, to Alpha 1, and then we'll do a pattern with the crosswind downwind and base to basically make it a bit of a tighter turns, if we can.
Yeah.
I like this base, but when it comes to helipads, it's fucking absurd.
Yeah.
Especially all the poles here.
I have some issues with it, but anyways. Alright.
Spectre 1-1 entering active 1-8 southbound.
Elizabeth traffic, Archer 1-1's pulling down.
How are you feeling with the Apache? Better grips, or
Say again?
feeling better with the Apache?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I'll chat about that later. But I kind of want to do some C130, so that's the next.
Roger. Don't take the one which has, for some reason, Spittle's put a para drop script on it.
Oh, the drop one.
Yeah.
Roger that. Let me think how to actually slow this one down. Is
Idle.
it first put it back into idle?
Idle, scroll wheel off, off. Alright, and then once we get a little bit, keep on the center line, otherwise we run risk of hitting those poles. Yeah, and then once we're out of the runway area, we can then feel free to make a left crosswind.
Yeah.
So I'm starting to understand it a bit, but still landings are okay, but it feels like I'm struggling. Fighting the helicopter more than it's actually doing what I'm telling it to do. So it's like it works, but it doesn't feel as easy as the other ones. Oh yeah, and when you're just hovering, taxiing, it just decides it just wants to speed up all the time.
Well, it does like to fly more than other helicopters. Alright, and then when you're on the...
Note to self, the Land Rover does not fit into the mechanic garage.
Spectre 1-1 on downwind.
Grimhald AFK 1 mic.
And then you can either say the base to final, or you can say when you're on final. Choice is up to you. But yeah.
Nope.
So far on this patterns, when you're flying around, you don't seem to have that problem. Other people had the problem of flying around, and others have the problem of taxiing around. This is everyone's unique.
Spectre 1-1. Spectre 1-1 on final.
Everyone has always something unique that needs always a bit of work.
Yeah. Deep flying is not flying, it's just that low levels, low speed.
Yeah. Right, and then we'll just come and then a touchdown a runway 18 once you've come to a controlled hover above it. Oh.
Touchdown 18.
Yeah, that's
Sorry, Elizabeth traffic. Spectre 1-1 touchdown 18.
bingo. There we go. Right, and then let's just head over straight to Alpha 4, and then we'll get off on Bravo and park up
Bring all
again.
back in station.
And then we'll switch to a different helicopter and see if you find it easy or harder.
Yeah, it's just this low speed flying that I'm not used to.
Well, we'll get used to it, because it's going to come in really handy when it comes to the engine failure stuff.
Oh, no, I'm gonna get used to it. It's
Yeah.
just
Hercules
practice.
1-1, split it
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, I know exactly.
Practice. The more I practice it, the better I'm gonna get, but, you know.
Hercules 1-1 taxiing Alpha 1 via Alpha.
You can go straight forward and go on the next ride if you want to.
This one or the next one?
This coming on.
Spectre 1-1 taxiing Alpha 4.
Now here's the fun bit. Landing it amongst the other helicopters. Oh, watch the pole.
Yep. Whoa, way too much speed. Way too much speed. I just let me get roll again.
Hello, Spectre 1-1, this is Hercules 1-1. Is the runway clear to take off from? Over.
You're clear to line up for the meantime. I'll advise you when clear for takeoff.
Hercules 1-1, I'll roger that out to you. I know you don't like that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I really don't.
Elizabeth traffic, Hercules 1-1, lining up runway 18.
Nice and easy. And runway clear, Hercules.
Hercules 1-1 taking off runway 18.
Translate a little bit left. You can translate with auto hover on if you want, if it makes it easier. Jamma was doing that in the start until he got better
Elizabeth
at it.
traffic,
Otherwise,
Hercules
yeah,
1-1
you
leaving
got it.
airspace via Wild.
above it, and now just a gentle bring it down. Nice, easy backwards.
Elizabeth traffic, Hercules 11 approaching long final to land at runway 18.
Alright, and then just bring it down. Alright.
How was that?
A little bit closer to the rear helicopter, but otherwise that's also it's just a poor helicopter spot. It's good enough. The skids are within the circle. That's good enough. Only thing is, just we have to get a bit faster at it. But yeah, otherwise you can see how close you were to the other helicopter.
Yeah, okay, now.
Alright, so we shall try it.
Elizabeth traffic,
And you're gonna get
Hercules
that.
11
There we go.
touchdown and taking off runway 18.
And we go the radio.
Vector 1-1's going down.
Lovely. Alright.
Elizabeth traffic, Hercules 11 proceeding into left pattern, crosswind left.
Alright. So before we go into the next aircraft, how do you feel that one went?
Once I'm in the air, I'm fine. Just gotta keep practicing.
Mhm.
The small. It's just gotta get used to the small adjustments. They're not major adjustments. Just making small adjustments when I'm on the ground.
Yes, very very minute adjustments.
Like I
Good.
was making them a lot better when I was landing them.
Mhm.
I was definitely making a lot more thing, but then I've got to get used to the pushing up, pushing down on the mouse.
Yep. Alright.
Elizabeth traffic, Hercules 11 downwind left.
By chance, like, do you feel like it's unnatural, like, because I remember there was a thing with the mouse where it's just like pushing forward pushes the nose down, and then pulling back is what brings the nose up, and that
the
felt.
invertedness, it felt wrong. So I might invert it.
You try inverting it and just see if that helps, because if it feels wrong and you're like used to the way it is on a joystick, that really messes you up. So. Yeah, let's just do the inverting this now before moving to the
Elizabeth
next one.
traffic, Hercules 11 base to final,
Left your channel.
runway 18.
Before we get on to the next one, because the next one will require even a bit more precision. I won't push you onto the Merlin or the Wildcat because those will feel even more jittery than this one is, so we'll keep those for a bit later. We'll go on to the Chinook, which you're used to. that will be a bit slower in its jitteriness, and we'll see if you prefer flying that. Because if you can fly that one and the Griffin, that's good enough for me, at least for initially having you go
Widow
in
67 back on 4.5.
transport infantry.
Try this inverseness, if that works. Yep.
All right, let's head out to the door. Nice one, Hendrix. Much improvement on this runway, or maybe just because the runway is a lot larger than the other ones.
Yeah, the runway is a lot better than the one on Viro. But yeah, as the traffic, Hercules 1-1, touchdown, taxiing to the hangars via Alpha 3 and Alpha.
Unless they were, unless they were storing helicopters, there's no way they'd be parked that close.
What's also going to help me there is if I get my WI tracker working well, or get track IR, because like looking around and actually looking into the corner and the dive, that's going to help me a lot there.
Hey.
Track IR feels a little bit buggy.
Alright. So, let us head over into this Chinook. Now, first things first, when it comes to Chinooks, before we even go and fly it, there's a few things you must do, which is essentially prep it. Because if you come over here and do this and just do a scroll wheel, you'll see there's a lot of get-in spots. Now, for the infantry, that means a lot of places to get in that they're just gonna muck about with, and they'll complain and all that. So what we do is we come up here to the front, which is our boarding door, and then if you can go into the crew chief slot. So in there, you'll now have a few scroll wheel options. Basically, folding the seats is what you want to do first. Then you want to deploy the stretcher. And then undeploy, or was it remove? Sorry, remove stretcher.
Yeah.
And then just unfold the seats. Or if you're gonna go for cargo, you just leave the seats folded.
Yeah.
But
is that open hatch? Is that?
Yeah. That's that. It opens that hatch in the middle right in front of you.
Okay. Yeah. So it's for sling loading.
Yeah. So the person who's sling loading can see what's being slung, and he can direct the pilot if you're running a full crew. But for now, we can leave that closed. All right. And then afterwards, just for ease of sakes, at this point, I then go to the loadmaster seat usually from there. Or you can just head in from the back. It doesn't matter. And then what you just do is you essentially get in and then just bring down the ramp to level. So you can have people at least being able to walk in and out. And yeah. And that's pretty much it for the Chinook preparations. The only reason we don't leave it on low is because it lifts the back off, and in some maps it starts to move the helicopter a bit forward, so we just leave it on level. There we go. And then feel free to hop out. So that is pretty much the Chinook's preparation. Pretty simple, right?
Yeah.
And now if you scroll wheel here, you'll see that there's only 2 bits to get into.
Yeah. Right and back, loadmaster.
Yeah, it's ARMA just now accepting my script that locks the other 4 stretchers, but whatever.
So what's select load and target?
So select loading target is our transportation system for boxes and things like that. So essentially, if we select loading target and we have a box here, we can then load it in instead of loading it into the ACE cargo. And having that get in, get out, it literally, you can actually see a physical box in there, and you can walk into the back of the Chinook and unload specific boxes. Or as a pile, you can just dump them all out, and they'll just pop about in this area here.
Yeah, that's a good point. Might actually practice with some loading.
I mean, yeah, you could if you'd like.
Can a vehicle like this can't get in the Chinook, right? It just
inside, no. It needs to be the ones which can be folded.
Okay, yeah.
Alright, so what we're gonna do for now is we're gonna get in this Chinook, where unfortunately this one is parked up in a way that essentially it's not meant to even fly that way because, well, you can see what's behind it. So literally we're just gonna go straight out via Gandalf, come back round, long final, and then do 2 patterns with it. Then we'll try maybe one set of the 8s essentially again. So land, go in Alpha 3, come back again. And if you do one well, then we don't have to do a second one. If you still struggle and you need a bit more practice, this one we'll do a second set, and then we'll see for time what we have left. If we can do more or with index time.
Yeah.
All right. So feel free to head in the pilot seat.
User left your channel.
Yeah. Unlock the controls, and this one you do get the HMD because I've coded it into the mod itself.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Joined your channel.
Where do I unlock?
It should be just slightly scroll down beneath the extra bits.
Unlock control.
Griffin, oh sorry, Pegasus 1-1 spooling up.
There we go.
And yeah, I don't know, this one's got the HMD. Go to yellow, because I find it easier to see.
The yellow is just used for nighttime because green is too bright for night.
I find yellow just easier to see.
Fair. After 80s. Oh jeez, that rear rotor on the other Chinook is so close. I really don't like these helipads. Not one bit.
Yeah. Oh my god. That should be hitting.
No, that's I've coded the box to be exactly the limit of the rotors, so at least with this helicopter the box is accurate.
Yeah.
And once it goes going to this stage where the rotors sort of fold upwards due to like the pressure that they're producing. So that means right below them also it shouldn't hit. If you have something right below it, it also won't like cause any issues.
Yeah.
But still, I have to talk to Spool about this count. This is horrible. Alright, so we're spooled up. At this point, just get us into just a gentle hover right where we are. And just hover in position without auto hover if you can. Just so you can get used to it and get used to the Chinook 0 position. Which is pretty simple for you because mouse and keyboard doesn't be an issue.
Yeah.
Alright, and then feel free to then depart the Gandalf.
Alright.
Traffic fixes 11 firing B again. We're going to Gandalf?
Yeah, I just gotta find where Gandalf is.
You done the GPS up?
Yeah. Yeah, I
Or-
just can't see that far.
Wait, on the C-Tab one?
I can put it on though. Yeah, C-Tab's on now.
C-Tab is your best friend, the C-Tab GPS.
Pegasus 1-1 exiting Gandalf.
Alright, then we'll make a right turn. Oh my gosh, it deleted our circle again. It's so annoying. Anyways, whatever.
What, that deleted our circle?
Now the server put something about something they're doing on templates keeps deleting our circles. I just keep flying at this bearing for now. Otherwise we'll keep flying back into the airspace.
Give me a second. I'm gonna re-invert it. because I'm
Traffic,
getting confused at the
Pegasus
moment.
1-1 splitting up.
You gonna reinvert it? Actually, then I'll just take controls very quickly, just so we don't...
I was just slow it down so that we... Huh?
Okay. Just in case you ever decide to fly with joystick or something else, if you go into the escape menu or go into the C tab where you can actually scroll around or open up any things, it puts your throttle to 0 and you basically kind of lose control of the helicopter.
Yeah.
Now we're kind of drifting again off to the right. I'll just take controls with me before we start flying off.
I've got controls back now.
Okay. Right, so let's fly northwest back outside of the airspace.
Elizabeth, traffic, Hercules 1-1, taxiing Alpha 1 via Alpha. Elizabeth, traffic, Hercules 1-1, taking off runway 18.
Elizabeth, traffic, entering along the final. Sorry, Pegasus 1-1 entering on final.
Elizabeth, traffic, Hercules 1-1, leaving airspace via Wild.
Was it when I land?
Touchdown on the runway number.
Elizabeth, traffic, Pegasus 1-1, landing 18.
Okay. So now with that, let's just go. We'll do a quick departure just straight out from here. We won't even turn off. So we just go Pegasus 1-1 departing runway 18 for closed traffic.
Yep.
Let's just take off.
Pegasus 1-1 exiting. Sorry, yeah. Pegasus 1-1 exiting runway 18 for closed traffic.
It was departing runway 18.
Departing 18.
There we go. Well, you seem more comfortable with the Chinook than the Griffin.
I've been flying it a lot more. Probably why I'm a little bit more comfortable with it.
Belly,
1-1 on downwind.
Yeah, another couple of weeks for me without flying.
Huh?
Training both Jabba and Hendrix, I've not flown for weeks, and I'm going to start again, not flying for weeks again. Maybe I can hand off some of the duties to Hendrix or Jabba.
Elizabeth traffic. Hercules 1-1, proceeding crosswind left.
This is traffic. Nexus 1-1 on final.
Elizabeth traffic, Hercules 1-1, downwind left.
Yeah, we'll get off at Alpha 4 for him because he's going to be here
Yeah.
soon.
This is traffic. Nexus 1-1 touchdown. Runway 18.
Elizabeth traffic, Hercules 1-1, base to final.
Good up here.
Yeah. A little bit more forward speed because they're here.
Nexus 1-1 turning Alpha 1. Alright.
Elizabeth traffic, Hercules 1-1, touchdown, proceeding to hangars via Alpha 3, then Alpha.
Roger Hercules, hold position on Alpha 3 for the passing Texas, right to left, to the taxi.
Hercules 1-1, roger.
We're just gonna pretty much do some figure eights again. I'm starting to make a left.
Yeah.
Then I think we have- Hello, with a 67 Lexus. Correction, single message.
767.
You have 2 times range sense by the flying tent.
Roger that. We'll TP them.
you mind quickly checking where my 2 vehicles dropped?
They're just on the side of the runway.
Oh, on this side of the fence.
Yep, on the western side near the beginning of runway 18.
Roger that. Okay, then the wind was less strong to the west than I thought.
So if I'm
Because 1-1's pulling down.
You saying, Coker?
Oh, I was just saying with
What's up?
I'll pick them up if you don't mind me landing next to the runway. It's also good practice for me.
Sorry, pick them up?
Yeah, pick the 2 vehicles up.
Oh, roger. Yeah, no worries. We're just doing figure 8s right now.
Roger that. There's a bit of traffic. Pegasus 1-2 is pulling up.
Anything else we have to cover in the first day's lessons? I'm trying to think, because we're about to be done. So yeah, just give me one more half of a figure 8 and then that'll be good enough.
yeah, pretty used to the like if I am putting I'm putting like lift rudder or right lift rudder in, but slightly tilt to the left, don't I?
Yeah, just a little bit. And it's just, it's so minute and then it starts to accelerate and then you have to bring the, once you finish the turn, you literally bring the nose up and it's like, oh okay, we're now coasting along again.
Yeah.
But so far, looking pretty good. Oh, we've done 2 lessons in one. Lovely.
Huh?
We've
Yeah.
done
Pegasus 1-2 taking off, staying in AO.
Okay.
Let him go.
Yeah, he's going straight out, so no worries. He's just
Alright.
going to the other end of the runway. So we can finish our last half figure and then we'll land.
Alright.
I'm observing both of you as you're both flying. My brain is split in both ways. Much better than the last one. Okay, and then pretty much from here.
Belly, is it safe to tow a flipped vehicle?
If you can get the sling hooks on it, yes. You can then attach it to the helicopter without the rope stretching.
Roger that.
Careful, we're just about a meter above the light post.
Yeah, that's why I was making sure we were high.
Now here's the difficult bit. We have to try and get this helicopter as best as we can in the center of the helipad. Now, inch it forwards and to the right when you can. I can try and bring it to a hover again. Right. right with the auto hover on, so you can just pitch it just a little
Yeah.
bit to the right. Okay, mic controls for a quick second. There's a little thing I have to let you know about, because I saw something that was a bit off. Actually,
Yeah.
I'll let you land first, and then I'll show you what it is. Right, okay, good. No, not a worry in this helicopter's case. Right, mic controls for a quick second.
Yep.
Okay, so the thing with auto hover, which is a good thing to remember, let me just quickly guess it over quickly. So let's say you're a bit to the, let's just put a bit to the right here. Let's say you want to go a bit left and use the auto hover to then stabilize you. The problem with auto hover is that it only works in like the forward and back of the engine. That's only a bit it works in. So for example, if we had auto hover on right here, and then we decide, oh, we want to translate a little bit left, we're going to turn the auto hover off and then turn it back on a quick second afterwards.
Yeah.
The problem with it is that if I go left like so, and then
Then
I turn
keep
it on,
going
it's just going to keep going.
Yeah.
And then it's eventually going to realize, oh wait, I have to go the other way, and then it's going to do this whole seesaw type maneuver to try and get back. In this case, it doesn't do it as much with this helicopter, but then it still doesn't do it that well. So the best thing to do with the auto hover, at least in terms of the helicopter, let's move backwards a little bit, and let's just say we are not in position and we have to adjust. So this will be, we'll work with this.
Yeah.
So we're a little bit backwards right now. I'm just going to turn the auto hover on very quickly.
Yeah.
Say we want to adjust a bit forward, we'll do it a bit with the forwards and backwards. We can actually leave the auto hover on and then literally just tip the nose forward a bit. It'll come back.
Yeah.
And then once it just tries to tilt a bit backwards again, just tilt forward to adjust, and then you're okay. We're perfectly in place. Now with left and right, we can do a bit of left to tilt it, and then as soon as we're starting to move, we tilt it back right to counteract it by ourselves with the auto hover still on. So it allows us still finite movement. So I'm just going to move a bit to the right, then you can have a little practice of that before we land. Is your throttle halfway? Or at least it should be midway.
Yeah.
Okay, so just in case there's a little bit of a drop, just instantly add a bit of power. So releasing controls now. Okay. One thing you don't want to do is rotate the helicopter with auto hover on. That's not the best thing to do. In the Chinook it's stable enough, but with other helicopters it really doesn't help. So in this case we're perfectly aligned with it. We don't have to go forward or back, but we just need to go a bit left. So we just go a bit, so we just tilt the helicopter a bit left. As it starts to get above the center, we'll then tilt it a bit right to counteract it. So
Okay.
whenever you're ready, just translate it left. Okay. And then we translate right to counteract it as we prepare for it. And then basically we're now above the circle, and then we can just go straight down with a nice easy auto.
With a 6-7 signing off. 1-5.
Yep, good translation. Alright, let's move a little bit left so we can give the other Pixis a bit of extra. Okay, there we go, perfectly in the center. That's good enough, just so we have him enough space also for landing. And there we go, nice and easy, ain't it? So yeah, if you feel like the helicopter is a little bit unstable and you want to make very minute adjustments, you can always just turn on auto hover and do that left and right adjustment, and that way you don't have to worry about the thing going forward and back, and you're starting to lose concentration of it. At least until you get a bit more acquainted with the helicopter, you can try that.
Yeah.
Pegasus 1-2 proceeding to land at helipad next to Pegasus 1-1.
Pegasus 1-1 spooling down.
I feel scared.
Why is that?
It's so close.
Fine. Just get it precisely on the H, and I'll have a word with Spittle about spacing of helipads.
X12 is putting down.
Alright, let's head over to actually Land Rover, which should be here. Alright, Hendrix, if you could bring one of the Land Rovers over. Actually, no, we have a Land Rover here.
Yeah, please tell no one that I damaged one of the Land Rovers.
Yeah, that sounds like a dumb problem.
It's gonna reset anyway.
Okay, so let's see. What time is it? It is 10. It's half past, so it's still about 25 minutes. What I will let you do now is I can let you take one of the Griffins if you want to continue practicing anything of them, because you seem pretty confident with the Chinook.
Yeah.
Griffins needs a bit of work, so I'll let you take that one if you want to go single person, and then I'll also see what Hendrix's needs are, and then I may also do just my own little bit of training that I need for the night. So, if you want to take the Griffin, feel free. Otherwise, you can follow me and then just join me wherever I'll be doing. It's up to you.
Yeah, I might follow you around for a little bit.
Alright. So I'll just head in the Land Rover and I'll get a different airframe.
What you doing, Hendrix?
Hey, fuck off. It's not drive.
I was just asking you what you're doing.
Yeah, so my right rear wheel is damaged. It fell off because I dropped the vehicle on the fence. It's Belly AFK.
No, I'm right here driving. Ooh, another thing to let both of you know. Do you see the little garage over there? And there's a little fuel hose tank there.
Does it work?
Yes, with Ace fueling. So if, in case we ever run out of fuel on this template, that is built into the template, and we have unlimited fuel, basically.
Perfect. If I drive a vehicle in there, will it be repaired?
No.
Sad.
User left.
Okay,
Unlimited power.
What I was going to do now was... see, not gonna take that one, not gonna take that one because I'm good on that. I have to see something. I have to go and take the Hawk Jets out to get them their speeds reassigned again. So actually, I'll spawn all those down. The previous statement. Vehicle, no. Hawk Jet, RAF. Is it? Hold on, let me spawn it over here.
I don't have any weapons thingy near the
infantry
typhoon.
don't need any assistance.
No, they're doing their own thing today. We're assisting them next Sunday.
The
Second, Hendrix?
Do you have any like weapon thingy for the typhoon?
Sure, I'll spawn one down. I'm taking out the Hawk Jet instead, but sure.
The what?
167
Hawk
back
Jets.
4.5.
What's that?
Head over to us and you'll see. IR objects. Just do this one over here.
Nice.
Alright. So quickly, for this one we don't really need the face oxygen masks, but I'll get one, why not? Do you want 100, or are you going to take the Typhoon instead?
Typhoon, my baby. In absence of F-16, Typhoon is baby.
Alright, so just feel free to get one of the helmets, because we don't really care about the G-suit right now.
helmet.
It should be JHMCS 2 at the bottom. Lovely. I'll go in the pilot seat. Oh, you've already moved the things for me. Lovely. Okay. Hawk 1 spooling.
Co-pilot seat, the trainer's seat technically is, yeah, still a work in progress.
Oh, the whole mod is still a work in progress, but it gets the job done quite nicely, even I might add. So far, it's our only two-seater aircraft that, well, yeah, before the proper jet training. So basically, this is the last aircraft before you do fixed wing, like unlike the C130, but this is the last aircraft that you'll basically be able to have the instructor critique you in, and then from there it's kind of you making the mistakes and then us seeing from the ground if you've made those mistakes.
Yeah.
So yeah, alright. Hawk 1-1 departing runway 18, fly cross track 4 circuit. I might just do it on the circuits.
Titan 1-1's putting up.
Oh, you don't want to buzz spittle?
Nah. It's a bit of a right crosswind, interesting.
Titan 1-1 taxiing to Alpha 1 via Bravo, then Alpha 4, then Alpha.
What's this call sign?
Hmm?
What's the call sign for this?
It's just Hawk 1-1 for the meantime. Has a really bad stalling character.
Typhoons do not like a hangar. You need to be careful with that.
Roger.
Hawk 1 on downwind.
Yeah, I'm just going to do a quick test of the stall speeds. So I'm going to put gear down, everything for drag, and then I'm just going to essentially have it almost stall. So I can keep flying at 180. How much lower can we get it? 170. It's still sort of flying, but the nose is dropping. 160. It's properly stalled there. Okay.
That's 350 meters.
So the idling speed. I'll keep it at 200, but I don't have that much elevator effectiveness because I'm testing the thing since we've actually not done any tests with it for a while. And I wonder if those fuel tanks.
Elizabeth traffic, down 1-1, taking off runway 18.
Elizabeth traffic, Hawk 1-1, base to final. Okay, so we just do a quick touch and go. I think we should be airborne by the time we're landing.
Elizabeth traffic, Hawk 1-1, touch and go, runway 18.
It's twitchy on the power. No, he's still on the ground. I cannot land. Alright, going around.
Go around, Hawk 1-1, go around.
He's faster, so he'll get into the panel before we do. Okay. Oh, he's going to be a while.
Titan 1-1 leaving airspace via Wild.
And back we go. It's giving us a chance to do one more stall comparison in the clean configuration. Let's see. Without flaps, does it stall quicker? And how much quicker? Okay, at 180 I'm already losing pitch control. With flaps at 180, I have pitch control again. Interesting. Okay. Alright, so let's put the flaps and give the power again. Yeah, this is just basically the main things I do. I'm testing aircraft, figuring out training material, and yeah.
waiting for the infantry to say, "Hey, come help us."
Pretty much. Otherwise,
Specific Hawk 1 on base. Yeah.
Otherwise, enjoy training so far.
Yeah, it's good. I just need to get used to the low speed, low level flying.
All right.
And the different aircraft.
Yeah, at least you won't have the pressure Hendricks and Jammer had to get done much quicker.
Yeah. Hawk 1 on final. Traffic Hawk 1 landing runway 18.
Okay, and on the go. Oh, this runway is really bad. It's making the thing drift to the left.
The traffic Hawk 1 takeoff runway 18 for pattern.
Let's try and see. Let's make the pattern as tight as we can make it.
There's a traffic Hawk 1 on down.
Okay. Flaps going down. Gears going down. Speed is 200. Checked. And let's make that base turn. Yeah, this one will just be a full stop.
Yep. There's a traffic Hawk 1 on final to runway 18. Okay to land? Landing?
Yep, landing. Full stop.
Elizabeth traffic Hawk 1 landing runway 18.
Float it out a little bit.
Hawk 1's Elizabeth
Alpha 4.
control. Taxi Alpha 4.
And we'll just park here at Alpha 4.
Don't crash into the fuel truck.
Huh?
Don't crash into the fuel truck, that would be bad.
We're not gonna crash this fuel truck because this thing has a great turning circle. This might... No, I'll leave it here. It's fine here. And Hawk 1 is pulling down.
Elizabeth traffic, Titan 11 approaching new final to land at runway 18.
Right. He's coming in to land.
Make it.
Hmm?
Does he make it?
Oh, he'll make it.
There
he
comes.
is. The high performance of that jet versus this one is night and day.
Hendricks,
We won.
don't choke.
Okay, what?
Don't choke.
I don't know what it means.
Don't fuck up.
Elizabeth, traffic, Titan 11, touchdown, proceeding to Alpha 1 via Alpha 2, then Alpha.
Okay.
Did I? I didn't, right?
No.
Right. Okay.
Don't know what detail you're looking for.
So
Basically, if you crash, you choke.
Okay, then I'm alright then. I was struggling with my radio comms buttons next to the brake button I use, so that was difficult for me. So you almost fucked me up.
You need to get in somewhere, mate.
So I don't mind you drive.
let's see, anything else I need to do? Now
Bounce everywhere.
Alright, I'm back. So,
Where you guys at?
Battleflight Hunt. Speaking of which, I'm just gonna take off this helmet. You get. Feel free to choose whichever arsenal you want to use. I put the other one, which should be a full arsenal now.
Could you hear my bombs from the base?
No.
There's a bit of traffic, Titan 11 taking off runway 18.
Helicopter. Pilot helmet. No.
That should be my helmet.
Nope.
Why not?
Simply because the infantry will start to complain to me like, oh, why is flight not serious? I tried it. I've done it in the past. The argument will be made: do you want to be a Dorgan? Because a Dorgan has helmet.
Titan 11 leaving airspace via Wild.
Here. Alright, Alright, then. Oh dear, no. Just keep it a beret and normal helmets. The only reason we have the full arsenal is for certain gear, which is our RAF suits, but that's more for the fixed-wing pilots.
Find it.
Yeah, just helicopter pilot, and then should be BAF 1. That's Russian, but okay.
Wow.
Anyways, hurry up, so I have to go through one last thing, which is the flight tent,
Yep.
which is something I completely forgot about in terms of gear and equipment. Slightly off green, but anyways. Alright, so, in the flight tent, which is just our place of sort of chill, banter, nonsense, we have some extra bits which have equipment in here, courtesy of McFly when he was 2IC. So obviously, if you go in this gun rack, you can get extra weapons if you need. The other thing is that they put tracer rounds instead of the non-tracer. But otherwise, essentially, if you're missing a weapon, you can grab it from here, essentially. Moving along, we then have the little tool kit under the desk, which is, as it would say, we'd be able to grab our toolkits and designated batteries for repairing airframes. So essentially, if you're about to go out on an operation, you grab one of those toolkits and it just comes in handy for repairing the aircraft if you go down. Here is just finite items, UAV terminals, GPSs, kestrels, cargo slings, satcoms, anything extra that will be needed in terms of utilities. Not really for actual operation, but the utilities for us to operate our things. Moving along, we have the file cabinets, which have different things from, I believe, C-tabs, if you're missing any. I forgot what the middle one is.
Helmet cameras.
And then documents in this last one, which is literally for roleplay purposes in coin. We have our documents all ready to go. So pretty much you just grab one that is fitting of your category, which is usually the military passport, and that is it. That is the satellite phone, which at least for us just a phone, but the infantry have a satellite phone in operation, and then we can literally dial the number. So you can just, for example, scroll wheel to pick up the receiver. Oh. And then from there, you dial in the number using your numpad, so whoever the number is that you need to dial. Numbers will be given by Widow23 when they're operating with them. But otherwise, our number is in the top right. It should be 081. And then you just talk like normal, basically. So, yeah, that is that for the flight tent. Should be everything. And that pretty much concludes day 1 of training. There's 5 minutes left. Feel free to either grab a Griffin and go fly around, or have a look around the base. At this point, it's just pretty much just index, unless you once infantry start indexing them, then pretty much index. But otherwise, for now, feel free to either have a look around, maybe go and grab a Griffin. So yeah, this is just literally fun. Flight have finished early, have some fun, basically, because we always finish before the infantry, at least in terms of getting things done.
Unless it's a ops night.
That's just an ops night, then we're usually waiting on them, which take forever, and then they eventually tell us, oh, by the way, we're indexing in the field. We're indexing now. You guys can
Elizabeth Tower is starting 1-1, requesting flyby.
I just jump in this and just run them over.
It's very slow, but it works.
Belly.
And
can I do a flyby?
Of the airfield, of the airstrip, yes, you can do that whenever you want. Of the infantry right now,
I mean,
yes, you can.
Entering into the base.
Yeah, you can go Mach 1 flyby if you want.
Yeah, I'll wait for them to actually be in the base.
Alright. Come on, Coco, let's get in the van and let's...
Should I join your convoy?
Nah.
Infantry currently entering the base.
Yep. Get in my convoy with the yellow duck car.
Where's the jackal?
Jackal?
Yeah.
Yeah, the RAF police. Probably should have your beret on.
Zone that I miss. I just follow the rest of the lads and park wherever they park.
And then that means us infantry can't screw it.
It's not even the ambulance, it's the flight guys.
Well, I guess. Hendrix, are you doing as planned?
Yeah, coming over right now.
Fast boy.
Could you actually hear that there?
You could hear it, it just wasn't Mach 1.
Oh, can you actually get that in ARMA?
Yeah, you can if you go fast enough.
Fuck, I fucking failed. I'll go in for a landing now.
Did you just try pulling us over?
Oh yeah.
Nothing more annoying to the infantry than a Typhoon engine on the airbase.
Well.
Oh, is Ancona here today?
No.
No, it's Pelly. Coco, fuck. No.
Fucking terrible drivers, get out of the way.
Fucking bringing up the fucking end.
Oh, suspense!
What is it?
Oh shit!
Shit, we've been pulled over.
License registration, please.
do anything, I swear.
I'm so glad that I was able to break up your little party with me and Jordan.
I don't know. I don't see a
If you would have
any emoji.
Traffic, Titan 11 coming into land via left side.
To it, man. Like in pieces.
Right, just have one, chaps.
Just some
Chaps, good work
inspiration,
tonight.
don't worry.
We had some good contact. We had some good IEDs as well. I presume those are dog tags. But yep, good work tonight. Good drills. We'll see you again on Thursday, and I think we have, delving into my mind here. Yeah, stuff happening. Good one. Yeah, that.
I think we might be. I thought we were doing roadblocks.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, I think it's something to do with the minefield thing. Right, cool. Well, everyone's free to index. Good work tonight.
Index.
And they call it a mine.
Oh. User left your channel. User left your channel. User left your channel. User left your
Right,
channel.
McFly, did you want to?
User left your channel. User left your channel.
Him and Peach would wanted to test if we could use the AT out of the snatch.
Well, we'll go and try it now.
I'm not bothered.
User left your channel.
It was
Titan
empty.
11, touchdown, proceeding
Yeah,
to
they were the ones
the
fussing about
hangars via Alford and Bravo.
They do their
Roger,
weird
and then
things, don't they?
index.
Also, the server FPS didn't budge once off 46.
Yeah, I told you. Like, and the other thing is, Pelly, what was it like flying? Did you have Did you have A, better frames, but B, did the terrain look better?
In terms of terrain looking better, we can't tell the difference, but the frames were better, definitely.
Well, because I got Spittle to up the terrain grid, so in theory, the server actually now auto goes to 10K, so you can actually see better and further in theory.
That's still limited to Ace, even if the server does change it to 10K. So
Yeah.
if people still have it on Ace, it will still be less. But otherwise, for us, it's always been 10K.
And we've changed the terrain quality, so in theory, the quality is actually better as well.
Oh my god, look at this ground. This armor face so good. Oh. Nope,
You shoot him. Actually, no, one second, let me stop the stream.
User left your channel.
Yeah, I thought he was going to do that.
Titan 11's
I
blown
hit the
now.
nope.
Yeah.
However,
anyway.
on the plus side, I have now fucking worked out what the issue is with the 30 heart rate, so... Good news.
Okay, fair enough.
Yep.
Well,
Anyways, in a bit.
NX, gentlemen.
User left your channel.
Doop.
Channel switched. User joined your channel. User joined your channel.
I've never been lost.